um, uh, we'll just pretend we started like right now instead of all this chitter chatter ahead of time, and we'll say, "Welcome to Legion D&D." Woo! We're the crew of Legion M, people at the world's greatest fan-owned entertainment company, myself excluded. Since technically, though, I'm an investor and you all work for me.
That's
great.
correct.
It's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today, I'm the dungeon master, and your lives are in my hands.
And we work for you.
So nothing has changed.
Nothing. Yeah. So last time, you guys started off basically tomorrow. You know, this New Year's Eve, having a big party, celebrating as Legion M, your latest movie, and you got transported to a different dimension and showed up in the town of Hoffendal at the Howling Hound, and one of you was naked, and then you guys realized you didn't know what was going on. Tatiana discovered in her hand a box with a key in it. Inside the box was a piece of paper that had words on it, which she still has with her, and that was it. And you went down to have breakfast and realized that somehow you had made an agreement with a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker, who was from Damari and was Damari elf, dwarf. And you made the plan to, I guess, take a load of stuff down to a town called, I believe, Fen. And you went shopping. Chandra bought a stick that was burnt. That was very exciting. Pele tried to steal some stuff. Pretty much thought he did, but
I didn't try. I succeeded.
You succeeded in
a
stealing
bunch of stuff.
And
I would have gotten away with it if Tatiana hadn't decided to pay for it afterwards.
I think it was Zancorin
It
paid
was-
for it, didn't he?
I think it
Yeah.
was those darn kids.
Oh, Tatiana tried to
got
trip
me.
me.
Right. Tatiana tried to trip you because
Nah.
she wanted some ethics, which
Couldn't do it.
really hard to get out of a rogue.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
you went
not
to the
upset.
stables, picked up your horses, headed out of town. It was a nice rainy day in the world in which we are. It is Tarsak the 30th. I know that means a lot to you. Kind of view that as March-ish, end of March. And tomorrow is a festival, Greengrass Day. It's like the first day of spring. It's the spring equinox, so to speak, give or take. And that's when all the people of the realms celebrate spring, and they celebrate planting, and they have flowers adorning everything, and it's a very exciting day. But that is tomorrow. Today, there's a drizzle of light rain as you guys are making your way out of the town of Hoffendal, which is up here. And you guys had just left the southeast gates, which I guess would kind of be under the O on the screen. And you were headed out of town. And as I recall, it was that smell of just moist soil when that first happens. And it just felt like adventure as you guys started your journey. So where and what are you guys wanting to do as you head out of town?
I'm walking in the back. Sorry, I will differentiate from when my character speaks. He'll speak with a German accent, and when I'm speaking as myself, I'll speak with a non-German accent.
And this is non-German?
This is non-German.
Just wanted to make sure we've got that right.
Idiots. That's a reference to Hogan's Heroes, which you probably wouldn't know. Anyway, I'm in the back, and I have my longbow out with an arrow in the notch, just keeping an eye out, making sure that
Things look okay.
yeah. And I'm walking in.
And this part of the ride, as you can look on the map as you're leaving to Hoffendal, what you have to do is take the coast road, which heads down the dotted lines. I think you can see the dots here of my cursor. You'll go through Gwendal. This part is very well traveled, very secure from the Rasfadalian Guard, which guards most of the major areas. Hoffendal is one of the major cities. It's very well protected. You're not going to have bandits or ogres or anything horrible there, just because it's fairly well protected, as the farmland around it. So you're not expecting a whole lot in this neck of the woods. But as you get south of Gwendal, in the day, and it opens up a little bit, that's when things can get a little bit more dangerous, as you move along. So but leaving the town, Rocky's in the back. Who was in the cart? Zancorin, you were driving?
It was I was driving.
Pele was.
Yeah. You're going to sleep for over 15 hours? This is a 30-hour trip, Zancorin. Oh, so that's like, what, 1.5 feet off the ground? Okay, yeah, you just lay your wee head on my lap and I'll just, I'll keep the oxen on the steady course then. Okay, you got it, buddy. And if I change my accent at any time, don't worry about it. I come from the streets. I'm just figuring myself out still.
The more wine you have, the more the accent will vary.
You never know who you're going to get with old Pele from the ocean deep.
All right, and Rampuri, I believe, was walking beside the cart. Condra decided to take the lead out front.
Yes.
Not sure where Tatiana was.
I think I was walking with Rocky.
Yeah, near the back. All right.
Yeah. I like to keep an eye on things. What's going on ahead of me?
Well, he's in the back, so that's going to be a little harder, but still, doable, leaning around the cart and the horse.
No, I mean an eye on this group of crazy rogues.
Yes, you're still labeling friend versus foe, and it's understandable. You just met yesterday, so it's I see that. And one of you is a thief, albeit, and a good one. I mean, he did steal it.
Do we have memories of our former life?
You do not have memories of your former life. The only thing that you have taken from the former life, and you don't even know how you got it, is that letter that Tatiana. There's a box, a key, and a letter. And
I think Condra has.
Oh, Condra has it. Oh, okay.
Although I want it, so
no.
It's good to know. I think I may have accidentally added that to the wrong equipment list. So we'll just make a note to move that over to Condra, or we could just say you stole it. It doesn't make a difference. All right. So on watch then is out front is Condra and Pele as you're making your trip. It is kind of late afternoon, and fortunately, it's about 2.5 days until you get to the Fendel Trail, where you need to go to make it to the old mining town of Fend, which you are headed towards. So half a day is about what it takes you to get to Gwendal. But why don't I have you guys roll a perception check? And you can either each roll, or one of you can assist. Actually, you can't really assist each other because you're too far apart. But Condra can roll perception, and
I rolled a 3.
Excellent. 3. Perfect. So far, you are just so impressed at the amount of wildflowers growing on the side of the road that you have failed to notice most anything else. But it seems like a delightful trip so far, and you're not at all worried.
I'm very distracted. I have things in my bag that I'm not sure how I got them or came from or why I'm still even with these people. So
Right.
I have a lot of other things on my mind.
Right. You kind of feel forced into it, like somebody signed you up for it.
Yeah.
Right. I get it.
I rolled a 13 for perception.
A 13. Okay. Well, you are noticing pretty normal travel. There's a lot more people heading into town than out of town, which might be typical of Greengrass Day. It's kind of Greengrass Eve. Not that that's anything like New Year's Eve, but kind of, it's a decent party. And everyone parties tonight and then has a hangover tomorrow because you don't want to party and then have to go to work the next day. So, but it is more of an Easter type of celebration, right? Where most of the activity is tomorrow morning and during the day, and it's a little bit more family and community oriented, as opposed to some of the other holidays, which are more carousing oriented. Not that there isn't a decent amount of carousing that would shame any deity that should be worshipped at this time. So you don't notice much as the trip goes on. Anything else that you want to discuss amongst yourselves before we head into Gwendal?
Hold on, sorry. The monk is still trying to get, I'm having a computer issue here, but I want to roll a perception check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Monks don't use computers.
That's why I'm having so much trouble.
Everyone knows they use iPads.
I rolled a perception check. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Rocky.
Go ahead.
I rolled a perception check of 3.
Of 3. You notice the cart and the horse's butt.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Dave, I rolled on 18.
An 18. Excellent. It seems pretty quiet out here. It's a normal.
Good to know.
You're not in the heart of a city, right? You're in a very rural area, but you can imagine a fairly well, the road's dirt, but it is road size. 2 carts could pass each other easily on it. No one would have to get out of the way. There's drainage ditches off to the side. A lot of the farms have timber fences around them to help, keep the animals in or separate it from normal traffic. There's just, we're just coming out of winter, so some of the earlier crops are in the field. There's some farmers that you can see working in the distance, some barns and stuff like that, as people are going about their work in the light rain. Oxen working the field a little bit, getting ready for some planting. Nothing out of the ordinary here.
What a quaint, ordinary town.
It is quaint
Much
and ordinary.
like every other town that I have been to in my whole life.
Right. Excellent.
Not worried about a thing or thinking much of anything.
Which is good. Because as the evening wears on and it gets closer to dusk, you pull into the town of Gwendal, which is a relatively small town. So small, in fact, I don't have a map. But there is some stables where you would be able to stable your horses for the evening and have them keep your cart under watch. There's probably an inn or a tavern, as there are in most towns, maybe a couple. And there is a couple of other little, stores and shops that you see, not too much. What will you guys do as you come into Gwendal?
Well, I'm starving. Does anyone else want to eat?
Yes, please, let's eat.
Yes.
Yeah. And Sunday. South.
I think we're going to Faye, but I mean, who wants to do that in one go?
It's about a 5-day trip down to Feng. You've got about 2.5 days on the coast road, and then you have to take the Feng Trail, which is much shorter, but it's a trail, not really a road, so it's much slower going, and it's probably about another 2.5 days on the trail to get there. And you travel about 30 miles a day on the main road, so you've got about 75 miles or so to go to get to the trailhead, so to speak. And then the other distance is probably only about 35 miles, but it still takes about 2.5 days to get there, just because it's a trail and you've got a cart and a horse.
I'm with the dragon lady and the child.
Say that again. Not really. You kind of dealt more in high society. Cities that mattered, this would not be one of them. This would be kind of, if Rasfadal had flyover country, this might be it. It's just really quiet area. to be. So
I might know the innkeeper who happens to deal in maybe something that I might have had something to do with a long time ago.
It's possible, but you don't even know what the inns are yet. So let's go to the stables first.
Yes.
All right.
Horses are very hungry.
It's a good idea. It's not proper etiquette to park your oxen outside the bar.
For a little bit, it's fine. So just on the main end of town, coming in this, as you can see on the map, there's like 3 roads into town, and at each intersection going into it on the edge of town, there's a small stable. As you head into that stable, hi, can I help you? You need to stable your horses for the evening.
I would like a place to put these.
Perfect, and the cart as well. All right. Excellent. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Do your horses need food? Have they been fed for the day?
Grain and hay, please.
The rain and hay. Well,
Bring them your finest hay.
Hay and oats is what we have. All right, it's
We'll know if it's not a good hay.
stabling for the night for them is a gold. You can pay and pick up. It's fine. And let me get your names, please, or just one person, so I know.
Van Corin, you want to take this?
Zan Corin, one is that your last name? Wait. Corin, I'm not that good with the spelling, so I've got Zan Corin down. All right. Do you need any assistance in town? Are you new here? Oh, well, most folks coming in want a little bite to eat. You know, it's a big day tomorrow, Greengrass Day. You know, little celebration here in Gwendal. But you might want to head over to the Gwendalian Arms. It's probably our biggest tavern. Not as seedy as some of the other ones.
Like the
we only have
Gwendalian legs.
there is no, that's a good one. No, there's no legs.
Okay.
On the Gwendalian Arms. I think they meant like a shield or something. I don't know. But they've got excellent mutton, very popular there, and usually rooms available for rent. So it's all up to you. And it's just down this main road, right on in the main square. There's only one main square. You can't get lost. It's right in the intersection on where the 3 roads intersect. And you'll see a sign out front, Grundalian Arms. You can go ask the innkeeper if you want. His name is, he's an old dwarf, Battlehammer, Arden or something like that.
Okay, excuse me. What was the celebration you were talking about tomorrow?
Greengrass Day. Greengrass Day, yeah.
What is Greengrass Day?
What is Greengrass Day? It's like the spring equinox, the big festival. Everyone in the realm celebrates Greengrass Day. It's between it's between the 2 months of the year. You know, Tarsak and Myrtle, right? You know, one of those days that's not in the month.
Of course, I knew that. Of course. Now, what happens? What kind of festivities happen on Greengrass Day in Gwendal?
Well, most folks just spend time with their family and friends, you know, on their farm or in their homes, you know, celebrating and praying for a good year on the farm, you know.
Okay.
And usually there's some community events going on. We'll have a little festival in the middle of town. Games for the kids and stuff. That's about it. You know, it's not like one of the big celebrations, but it's a nice day to everyone take a breath before the heavy planting spring season starts for all of us.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Looking forward to that.
I hear that at exactly 12 noon on Greengrass Day, you can balance an egg on its end and it won't roll over.
I've not tried that.
Yeah,
Does it matter if it's cooked?
That's I look forward to it all year. No,
1 second.
uncooked.
Hey, Tim, get the chickens. Get an egg from the chicken. I want to balance it tomorrow at noon. What a great idea.
Trust me. Oh, it's thrilling.
Should we hard boil one?
No. You can balance a hard-boiled egg on its end at any time of the year. You gotta do a raw egg, yeah. Yeah. Fresh from the chicken.
I bet I could win a pint at the bar for that.
Well, you tell him who told you the trick.
Okay, I will.
You
It was
don't-
Name I
Zancorin.
don't know.
My name is Zancorin Alderus.
God. Oh, you all name Van Coden.
I'm very well known for my tricks and my money.
Well, I've got to go tend to your horses now. So, good day to you all, and happy Greengrass Day.
Happy Greengrass Day.
Happy
So
Greengrass
Greengrass
Day. Thank
Day
you.
to
Leads your
you.
horses in, and it looks like he's getting them in a little stall and feeding them some stuff and doing his bit. And there you are on the intersection of a rather quaint little town. It's well protected from the Rasfidalian guards. So it's one of those towns that's, you know, it's a commuter town, but you don't commute in this day and age. It's on the outskirts of town, and it's a lovely place to live. Half farm, half little urban village.
Kind of like Salbang.
Kind of like Solvang,
Oh,
right?
dang.
Yes, it is. It is Rasfidal's answer to Solvang, called Gwendal. Yes. So where to?
I'd love to try that Gwendalian Arms if you guys are up for it.
Oh,
Please, please,
yes.
please, please,
Please, that sounds
small
just
place.
fine.
The monk grunts approvingly.
Yes,
Could we
you
hear that
can.
grunt just so we have a rough idea of what grunting dwarfs sound like? Perfect. All right, so you head into up to the Grundalian Arms. It's right on the corner. It's one of those corner buildings, so it's kind of cool. So, you know, multiple sides face the street. You got two corners facing the street. And it's big sign, dangly sign out front. Picture of arms, Gwendalian Arms. Doors on the inside. Kind of cheery and bright for a tavern, largely because there's windows on two sides. Most of the time, if they're in a city, there's only windows on the front. So this one has a lot of light in it, and it's cheery. There's some music going on inside of it, and it sounds great. And people at the bar, there's a counter there, clearly, that you can go up and talk to someone about rooms or something like that. Yes, you see a guy at the bar. He's kind of tall for a dwarf. He's got short, limp, gray hair, freckles, which is kind of unusual for dwarfs, but not completely. And he's dressed in a nice sort of innkeeper's outfit, and he looks at you guys. Hello, can I help you? Welcome to the Gwendalian Arms. I am. How can I help? Yes, the name is Arnon Battlehammer. Family name. Yes. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. That's absolutely. How many rooms do you need? I'm afraid we don't have suite. We have just regular rooms is all we have right now. It's, you know, end of the day, big celebration tomorrow, many people in town visiting. But I have 3 rooms available. One is a single room, and the other each have 2 bunks. So, you know, or 3. Oh, excellent. That will clear us
Great.
out. They are.
Thank you, Zancorin. I'll take the single. Really appreciate it, buddy. You're awesome. Happy Greengrass Day.
Zancorin, you can have the top bunk in my room. I need the bottom one. It won't be a problem for you. To get up there, right? Like, okay, good, great.
I'm sorry. What? Silk sheets. That's very funny. No, I'm afraid we don't have silk sheets in the Gwendal. You'll have to go to a very fancy town for that. That and dinner, 5 silver. Well, the rooms are 5 silver, so that's 15. The meals are just 2 silver a piece. So 1, 2, 3, 12. 27 silver. We'll say 25. Good deal for you, right? So two gold and 5 silver is fine. We're more family style here, so it's yes, it's our finest food, yes, but it's not specially prepared. It's a community. You're welcome. Here are your keys and your rooms. You're in let's see, 8, 2, and 4. You will go upstairs and you'll see numbers on door, very easy. Numbers on key, very easy. Put key in door. You know how it works. And we are serving dinner now, all the way up through 9, 10 o'clock. There's a beer included with meal, but extra beer, you can buy if you wish.
I walk up and I say thank you to the innkeeper, and I grab a key out of Zankorin's hand and I say, thanks, Zanny, and I start walking up the stairs.
Oh, I'm sorry. Number 2 is the single, and 4 and 8 are the double rooms.
Great. Thanks so much, buddy. I grabbed the number 2 key, head upstairs real quick to put my stuff on there.
I have 8.
Well,
I have 8.
Would you like for her to have to make a dexterity check, or are you going to let her take it? So you're just letting her have it. You're fine. Gonna get a boost up on your bunk when it's time, and that's it. So
I go up to Zankor and I pat him on the shoulder and said, "No worries, buddy. It's not a problem. You can bunk with me. You've got an extra blanket. It's not silk, but you're welcome to it if you get cold."
You can bunk with whoever you want, buddy. I'm probably just gonna stay up all night and drink, so doesn't matter much to me. That's fine.
2 bunks. Yeah, there are 2 bunks for each room, so.
all right. So you guys going upstairs for a bit, or heading straight to the bar, or?
I've already
Food.
dropped my stuff off, and I'm coming downstairs, and I pat Zankorin on the back, and I say, let me buy you a beer. Okay, buddy.
The monk walks into the other room and finds a place to sit down.
The other room being the bar area?
Yeah, the bar area. Sorry.
Perfect.
What's up with this guy? I'm gonna go and see if I can talk to our friend over there. He didn't say a single word on the road all the way down here. No matter how many rocks I threw at the back of his head, he never turned around.
He's so boring.
I know. Like, I'm gonna see if, like, I don't know. I need to figure this one out. And I walk away and over to the bar to go and get 2 drinks if I can.
Right. So you grab 2 drinks, and Rampuri has found a table big enough for all of you over in the corner if you want to join him.
I do. I take the
I do
flagons
too.
and the dragon lady. I say,
I go
Tatiana.
as well.
the dragon lady.
Okay, I look over my shoulder and I notice that everyone's sort of kind of walking along with me. And I said, "You all want drinks? Shall I see if I can get us a free round for being new here?"
Yeah.
Yeah, Pele.
Yeah. Free. Let's go.
Yeah, there we.
I smile and nod no.
Yeah,
And
but I'm gonna see if I can get you something nice for paying for all the rooms. So if I could, I'd like to approach the bar and talk to the bar person.
Well, the bar person is, it's still Arnon Battlehammer.
Oh, he's the
Can I
same
help
man.
you with something?
So we've been traveling a long way, and this is our first time here. I was wondering if, perhaps
Where are you coming from?
we're coming from Hoffendal, I think.
I wouldn't say that's long time, but okay,
Yeah, but
yes.
I've got this weird
Maybe
inkling
you
that
have
we've
lame
also...
horse. What? I'm sorry, what?
Don't make fun of my horses, please. They do the
I'm
best.
sorry. Not,
They really they
was
do
not
the best.
appropriate for me.
It's
What
okay.
can I help you with?
I was hoping that I could get a round for my mates over here.
Sure, if you'd like. Let's see. What do you want? A round of ale?
What do you have anything sweeter, for like mead or something for the child?
What do you mean?
Well, I don't
do you
know.
mean
He
sweet
wants
or
wine.
something?
He wants wine. I'm not expecting you to have anything other than the typical stuff.
Well, we have wine here.
Oh,
It's not hard to find that.
Oh, there you go. I
Yeah,
had
we
no
have
idea.
wine.
So listen. Anyway, I would. It's been a long day.
Have you been drinking already?
Yes. Well, what else do you think I'm supposed to do while I'm driving a wagon team?
Let's see. A mug of ale that costs 4 copper piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first one, it comes with your meal. If you would
Oh.
like just to do that for now, it's fine.
That's perfect. Let's not worry about
All
it.
right. Let me put them on a tray, and he takes them over the table and sets them all down.
Right.
Oh, you'd want one wine. You have to hold on, and he grabs a ale and he takes it back and he brings back in just a normal glass, not a wine glass, because they just don't have those there. They just have a glass.
And Corin, this is what they said was the finest that they have.
Give it a sip. And you notice it is not the finest wine you have ever had. It's not bad. It's a little sweeter than you'd like, and maybe a hint more yeast in it that you would enjoy. But for tavern wine, it'll do.
Dave,
Yes.
being a ranger and also not being incredibly sociable, I give everybody sort of a tip of my hat, and I just say, thank you, everyone, but I'm going to take a stroll around town to make sure that we're safe. And that's what I do. I go
Okay.
out, and I'm just sort of going around the perimeter of the town. To see
Of the
if-
town, right? It's not a walled town by any means. And like I said, it's you can imagine it's shaped sort of like a peace symbol, with the parts of the piece being the roads going to different areas. One down the coast road, one up to Hoffendal, and one back into the center of Fing, as you see here. Well, that way.
But always check the forest in particular, since that's where I'm.
The forest that's on the map here is still a little ways. This one here, this is still about 15 miles away. It's a fairly big forest, but one of these squares here is probably about 5 miles, probably. Yeah, it's about 5 miles.
I'll come back after that.
Okay, as you're headed out the door, you see this guy bundle in really quickly. He is older. He's got long, wiry white hair. He's wearing a brown cloak, but what stands out is he's got like bracers on his arm, but they seem to be made of like vine, like a hardened vine, like an ivy vine that has been just sort of latched there, almost grown in place. It's got some leaves sticking out from it, and same on his feet as well. It almost looks like it's all connected as he comes in, and he sort of accidentally bumps into you because he wasn't paying much attention. Oh, excuse me. Oh, so sorry. I didn't see you there. Excuse me. And he, what?
Why do you have those vines on your arms?
Well, they're my friends, really, I suppose. They're helpful for grabbing onto things, I suppose, and protecting myself against things in the forest that I might bump into. I feel like I should ask you something as well. Why do you have
It turned out to be the best for me because
that? And he just points over to your shoulder. Like a hardened vine, like an ivy vine that has been. I'm not.
Just
sort of I'm not good with
almost grown in place.
people.
It's got some leaves
runs inside and
from it, and
disappears
same on his
inside
feet
of
as
the
well.
building.
It almost looks
Okay,
like
can watch him if you
shoulder.
want.
Is there anything on my
as
shoulder?
he comes in and he sort of
No.
accidentally bumps
He
into you.
Didn't know how to have a conversation. Right off.
I think he's a druid. Sounds like a druid. I would have asked him if I had a chance. So I don't leave. I keep an eye on him.
Okay, so you're hanging out by the door.
Just by the door.
Love you guys.
He goes up to Arden and talks with him just for a little bit, and you can't hear what he's saying, but he grabs a seat at the bar and then looks around and he decides it's a little bit too busy for him, and he finds a small table for two in the corner that's unoccupied, and he sits there and grabs a drink and he starts eating, relatively quiet to himself, and breaks out a little book and is taking notes in it.
Dave,
Yes.
can you tell us roughly how large the room is?
Yeah, it is probably the main area is probably maybe 40 feet. It's kind of L-shaped, with kitchen being part of it. The building's probably 40 by 40, probably 40 by 40, maybe a little bit larger. And a good chunk in the corner is carved off for the bar and the cooking area. There are stairs that go up to an upper level in the back of it, and where you went up to your rooms, and it's fairly full of people. Yeah. Me? Oh, I'm not. I don't have a record button. It's okay.
Wait, does that mean we need to go back to the beginning?
So once upon a time,
Take two.
it's on Twitch. We'll grab it. All right. So, yes, rooms for roughly 40 by 40, and you guys are seated in a corner. So, most of the room, it's getting fairly crowded now. So it's kind of hard to see through the crowd all the way to the other end at this point, as people crowd around the bar and music starts playing and people are having a nice time.
So as Pele got us all an ale, I go over, with everybody, and we sit down around the monk, and I grab one of the ales and I kind of tip it towards Pele as a thank you, as a silent thank you, and then I go, once again, I'm gonna say the monk knows something.
Are you saying this to the monk?
I'm saying this out loud to everybody. The monk knows
included.
something.
Monk included.
The monk just stares back at you, slightly disapprovingly.
I smile slightly because I'm clearly not intimidated.
Roll an insight check. That is a 10. He's a good poker player. You really can't read what he's thinking. Although he looks slightly disappointed, which kind of implies, I think you might be slightly disappointed.
Okay, sure. Monks don't talk much. I get it. That's their thing. But at the end of the day, he's the only one who hasn't said anything since we started this journey. And whether he says it or not, he knows something. Right? Pele? Tatiana, back me up.
I'm sure
Yeah,
he
what-
knows something.
He must know something.
Ways of the world. He has a very robust inner life, I'm sure.
Yeah, I still wonder what's up. So, Monk, why do I feel like I know you?
And the monk says
Pele, all monks
Taken.
look alike. They all have the same haircut.
Whoa.
You're just mistaking him for some other monk.
It could be. I don't know. Can I roll something to perhaps learn something myself?
Well, I mean, what are you trying to learn?
I would like to learn the monk's name. What's your name, monk?
There you go. You don't need to roll for that. You can just ask.
What's your name, monk?
My name is Rampuri.
What's your favorite color?
And what's your
That's
quest, monk?
When I have something to say.
Well, that's good enough for me, I suppose. I don't know.
Do you have something to say, Monk? What do you have to say? You must say something. We need something. Do you remember anything from when we all woke up together? You know why Tatiana was naked? Anything?
I know why I was naked.
Oh, do you?
Doesn't even need to answer. I'm always naked.
Dragonborn. Who knew?
You know, it's just our natural state.
Right.
Scales. It's not embarrassing. It's just, how it is.
Right.
Silly me.
Kind of like your cat with fur. They're not embarrassed.
That's right.
They're not embarrassed he's not wearing a sport coat or a blazer. Doesn't affect him at all.
He really prefers ties, but
Right.
Yeah.
As do most cats.
yeah,
I have a cat sleeping in my room right now. Hasn't moved.
he's stalking my food.
Alrighty. So the evening goes on. Your meals are served. Rampuri apparently is eating in mostly silence, except for his name. You still at the door?
No, after I saw that nothing happened with the druid or whoever that person is, I took a walk around the perimeter of the village just to make sure there's no evil going on. I don't
All right.
like evil.
Yeah. There's some people playing fiddle and other instruments, music, dancing, all that stuff going on. It's a happy little festival inside of there.
So I'm wondering. Oh, sorry, Zancorin. You seem like the dancing type. Will you join me for a turn around the dance floor?
This should be good.
How do you do that? Sure.
That's okay. I'll carry you.
Something with your legs? I don't know. You got
Just keep
free
your legs
hands?
straight. We
I
can
don't-
make it work.
Here, you can demonstrate with the cat.
Yes, it's very much like this.
Alrighty.
There you go.
Well, why don't you roll a performance check just for fun? I'm gonna say yeah, Tatiana just rolls a straight one. You've got to roll one at disadvantage because you're being carried around like a sack of flour.
So do I need to roll?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I'm rolling.
That would be under skills, right?
Yeah, under skills, main page.
Do I roll it? What do I roll? A d20?
Yeah, D20, or if you've got D&D Beyond, you can just
Okay.
clicky the button by
I
performance.
got a 5.
Nice.
Do I need to add to it?
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You know this key better than any of us.
Uh-huh. Oh. Oh, okay. Hang on. I gotta find it.
You can actually just touch the plus, whether it's +0, and it will roll on.
Yeah, yours is a +2.
Plus
And it's in
2.
the-
Oh, okay. I got a 7.
Nice. Yeah. So, everyone's kind of watching a dragonborn really just sort of clomp around the floor, where there is a very talented small halfling moving rather rhythmically to it, and it's turning a couple of heads as people are watching. It's very, it's no one's really doing anything major, but just sort of like, that's weird.
I'm sitting and looking, but
weird.
I can't help but smile. I don't laugh often, but I can't help but break a little smile and a little chuckle.
So while that's happening, the monk is straining every perception, all of his senses, to try and just kind of scan the room and see if there's anything that seems out of place or anything that seems odd.
All right, roll a perception check.
I'll be right back, everybody. And just keep going.
3,
A 3.
a natural 1.
The natural 1, good. The noise and the dancing and everyone stomping their feet makes it kind of hard for you to see through and perceive a whole lot of anything that's going on. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. The only thing that sort of stands out is the obvious guy. The only person alone in the whole building is that druid that came in and is sitting in the corner taking notes. It looks like he's not even paying attention to anything. He's oblivious to anything else that's going on. Doesn't seem like he's up to anything bad, but he's just, kind of out of place. Alrighty. Anything else you guys want to do?
I finish my ale rather quickly.
Right.
And I go to the bar to
Okay.
ask the innkeeper for another ale.
Not a problem. Here you are. Do you want to run tab or do you want to pay as you go? You look like a tab runner to me.
I'll run a tab. I'll run a
That
tab,
sounds
please.
great. Buy 15, get one free. That's what I say.
The name is Zancorin.
Van Corin.
Mm-hmm.
You got that right down. Van Corin. Room 8, I think he's in. Perfect. Okay, here you
I
go.
believe-
Ale for you.
Thank you very much.
Have a
And
nice time, nice lady.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I walk away, drinking my ale.
So
I would-
I would like to find someone to talk to about the road we have ahead. I'd like to know what's going on in that road. What do we need to worry about? What's out there?
Well, as you scan around the room, Rasphodel, especially the more civilized areas like this, maps are not things that are hard to come by, at least broad maps of where things are. In fact, the map that you are looking at now is hanging on the wall. And you can see the entire countryside of Rasphodel drawn on a map that looks identical to this. In fact, this is the map. And that's what you're seeing on here. But you'll have to strike up a conversation with someone that might be a little bit more familiar with it. And of course, this is the area that you're in right now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mhm.
Someone
dancing?
covered in leaves and twigs and vines. And
Most of the people look like they're locals. That they're there's a decent amount of halflings. It's a farm community, and halflings love to farm. You know how they feel about pumpkins. And most people seem local. Standing out, looking awkward, like he doesn't belong, is Rocky, but he doesn't clearly know too much about what's going on. The only people that you kind of assume might know or know of someone who might know would be the innkeeper Arnon, or possibly the druid, because he's certainly, although he doesn't look like he knows the area or anything, he certainly looks like he doesn't belong, like he's not from here, right? Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. Right. Grab an ale and... Yeah, oh yes, how can I help you? Do I? Is it the cloak? What is it? Oh. I never know what to wear around people. Yes. Oh, bless your heart, thank you so much. I've got one here, but I can always use a second, I suppose. Yeah. Not at all. Have you had something to eat? I have delicious food here. Not. Oh, excellent. I was going to offer to buy you something, but I realized you don't have any money. Yes. Oh. Yeah. You go down the coast road, are you? Down south? Where are you headed? The Thing's up the other way. You're actually headed to Fend, which is a little bit different. But Fend, the old mining town. I hear they've opened that back up. Few people are living there now. Haven't been to it recently. You'll have to, I suppose, take the old Fend trail, right? Runs along the south side of the Hoffen Forest. Yes. Oh, I'm worried about the forest. That's why I'm here, you know. I fear forest is sick. Something's wrong with it. I was north, and my birdies told me they flew up. And, they told me something's not right. Things seem awkward. I'm headed there. Tomorrow I'm gonna go into the forest, maybe to the old ruins of Wrath, and see if what I can find of what's going on. I don't know, but when the trees aren't right, something's wrong. So that's what I'm doing. I'm fine in the forest. The forest is my home. I'm comfortable around the oak and the chestnut. If they're all right. What? Well, I'm gonna head sort of north out of town and then cut into the north side of the forest. Fend is all the way over on this. It's not even in the forest. It's just south of it, I think. Southeast, southwest. Hold on a second. No, hold on a second. Yes, southwest of it. In the hills, I think. I'll be way at the other end. 80 miles away or so. Thank you for the beer. I do say, people have said it's a little more dangerous on the coast road. Things that shouldn't be about are about again, like it was centuries ago. Orcs wandering free. I haven't seen that in years. Mostly on the southwest side, but there was a report of some goblins on the coast road. We haven't heard those in years. But I think it has something to do with the sickness of the trees. Not a problem. I will. Thank you so much. Back to notes. I'm studying the mating habits of hedgehogs. Yes.
I creeped towards them the whole time. I was kind of hiding behind not hiding, but like kind of standing behind a pole so I could hear easily. But I heard that whole conversation very well, and before Zancorin could really see me, I kind of made sure to start walking away, drinking my ale like I didn't hear
No,
that.
I think before we give you that much leniency, we're gonna have to have you roll a stealth check against.
go.
So you
There's
roll.
nothing stealthier than a 7.5 foot tall elf.
A
So
stealth check.
you're gonna hit stealth, and then you're
No.
gonna roll perception against it. Do we have perception?
Okay, so stealth, I roll a 20, but I have I have a 20. Okay.
And then is that with the +5?
That's with the well, I mean it's 15 plus 5, so
Got
okay,
it.
it's 20.
20.
Right? Okay.
Got it. And then I'm gonna say that Zancorin wasn't actually actively looking out for it, so that would be a passive perception check. Which, what's your passive perception? 14. You are blissfully unaware that she was listening into your conversation.
Okay, great.
So you've got a little bit of info on that as well.
I would very much like to talk to that viney figure in the corner. Is it possible for me to simply notice him and go speak to him, or do I need to roll to notice him?
Well, now that Zancorin's been over there and come back, it's pretty obvious he's there. So you can visit him if you want to.
Okay. I turn to everyone and I say, listen, Monk, this conversation's been truly fantastic. But, you know, there's a dude over there who's covered in like leaves and twigs and stuff, and I got a feeling that he's got an interesting story to tell. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna leave you to your soup and go speak with him. Could have sworn you were talking to the bar guy, not the druid. It was the druid you were talking to.
You've had a number of ales already, haven't you?
So wait, that guy over there that you were talking to was not the barman. He was the druid covered in twigs and the vines and stuff. Oh, you know,
Clears the mind.
who are you? What? You're very small to be in here. Are you 21? I don't know if we're allowed to have. You know, I think I'm just going to stay here with this talkative monk now that I think about it. It's probably a good idea. Settle in and think about what I'm doing.
Rocky, have you made it back in?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh wait, yeah. Where I was going to have you roll perception to see if you had noticed anything as you
Hold
walked
on.
around town, the outside of town.
I rolled a 22.
22. Okay. It is relatively quiet outside. You know, there's lights and music in various houses as people are having small get-togethers and larger ones in town. You do see a armed group of the Gwendalian Guard that is moving north from Gwendal to Hoffendal. It looks like it's some just sort of a regular route that they're running. But you don't see them headed south on the coast road any, and you also don't see them headed up around the Hoffen Forest. It seems like Gwendal is sort of their last southernmost part that they protect. But they don't seem to be on alert or anything like that. They just seem to be relatively calm about what's going on. But it's pretty clear as they went through town, they got to the center of town, they circled around the center, you know, stopped at the tavern for a bit, and then headed back out the same way they came in, and headed out. So you're pretty sure that the northern route, the northern road to Fing and the southern coast road are not monitored by them. So obviously they could be a little riskier, or at least monitored less often.
Okay, well then I'll go back into the inn and see what's happening.
There's a giant cat that has appeared
Probably a nice thing to do.
None of our concern. Oh, you guys, we have to just go get this done, and then we have to figure out like why we can't remember anything. Like, why are you guys talking about all these other things we could be doing when we still haven't figured out the one thing that truly matters?
Yeah, I can't figure out why I can't remember anything either. I mean, why could that possibly be that we don't know anything about each other?
I'm sure it will all become apparent.
I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation.
You guys do have a full recollection of your lives. It's just that last night, you blanked out and apparently all agreed to do something together, but you really can't imagine it's just a result of bad life choices. Apparently you have no idea how you got in that predicament.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I have, a life to get back to. So at some point, let's just figure this out. I'm not making any promises. Let's just keep going, and then we'll figure things out later. Okay? Okay.
I want to ask Condra, what's in the box?
Gwyneth Paltrow's head. Just kidding. Okay.
Gwyneth Paltrow's head. Good, correct.
I couldn't. Okay. Back in character. It's up in the room. So do you want to? I mean, I haven't really, done much with it yet. I'm really frustrated. A lot's been going on. Do you want to come up with me?
Yeah, I so do.
Okay. All right. So let's go. Me and Tatiana start going.
All right.
The monk follows them.
Oh, nice. Okay.
In a totally non-creepy way.
Yes.
Doubt that.
I don't know. Let's see. How can we make you see if this is a non-creepy way? Are you trying to be non-creepy?
I'm trying to be casual in a way that like a monk isn't really casual.
Roll a persuasion check. Of which you have a -1.
16.
16.
Oh, sorry, 15.
15 with a -1. Okay, well you are following, but your eyes and the way that you're looking seems like you just want to be a part of it.
All right.
What are you guys okay with it?
Yeah, it's fine.
Rampori's a eager little puppy, but we'll let him play. He probably has some knowledge about some stuff.
Very annoyed. Helpful. Whatever.
I actually like him. He's kind of awesome.
That's why you're my ally. You have a higher tolerance than I do. All right.
I lean over to Zankoran and I say, I think that dragon lady's got the hots for that monk. I don't know. It's just an inkling. Well, she is a dragon, so I was talking figuratively, but if we want to go literal, then yeah, maybe that as well. I don't really understand the anatomy of dragon folk, so
what are you saying? She's a blue dragon.
There you go. So
she's not hot.
Very
Blue
fair.
is,
Look,
blue's lightning, right?
I was raised on the streets. I don't know the fancy differences between different types of dragons. Stop making fun of me and
very
punching.
shocking.
I don't care. Taller than me. Stop punching down.
All right.
Blue, lightning. Yeah, more lightning based. But still, you might not know that, but that's okay. Okay, so you guys head up to, I believe it's room 2 that you guys have taken. There's a single bed and your stuff is up there. And somewhere in there is what you've got.
Well, Tatiana took the single room. I took room number 8. We have to go to 8 because my stuff's in there. Tatiana took the single room from Zancorin. Okay.
Got it. Okay, so
I mean, really, actually, let me do this. I want some privacy, so as much as we can. So I go to my room, I get the bag, and then I go into room 2, which is Tatiana's single room to open it. Okay.
All right. So you guys are all in Tatiana's room.
It's me, Tatiana, and the monk, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I open my bag. I have a lot of stuff in there, so I kind of dig a little bit, and then I pull out the box, and the box has the key already in the keyhole. Is that right?
Okay. Yep. You put the key back in it. Yep.
I put the key back in. I turn it. I open it up, and
inside
on
the
top
box
is the letter. Is that right?
The only thing in the box is the letter.
The letter. Okay.
The only thing inside of the box is the letter. I think I accidentally sent the letter to Tatiana, but
I have the letter. I have the letter.
In
no
there,
worries.
and it's the same one that I had read the other day. To whomsoever shall possess this stone, it is accursed. There is no stone. It is just this letter. You are able to read this letter, although the numbers and dates make no sense to you. 1885, God of Indra. This thing called England, you have no idea what that is. None of it makes any sense. But you can understand their places and times and people. But it makes no sense to you of what they are. But it is still, very clear that somebody had this. It was cursed. At least they felt it was cursed. And that, the last part of it that says this cursed artifact seeks power where it can attach itself and consumes all it touches. The one whom it chooses cannot die and is richly rewarded, though all around him suffer. But then the stone destroys its owner when it finds a new, more powerful one. It will find the hands of our kings and leaders, and in time will destroy all life. I fear it must be sent to a place or time that has the same kind of magic that created it, so that it can be destroyed. But when and where that exists or how to get it there, I do not know. Signed, Edward Heron Allen, October 1904.
1904.
So I turn to the monk and I say, Rampori, does any of this mean anything to you? Are you sensing any evil curse from this letter?
You can roll I'm going to say investigation check on it to see if, or Arcana, maybe? If you think it's magical, you would roll an Arcana check, maybe?
All right. 8.
8. Nothing in the letter strikes you as anything you've ever heard of before. It all makes perfect sense, but nothing is familiar in it.
Have I ever heard of anything like this in all of my travels as smuggler?
You can roll an Arcana check. You can roll a history check. What do you want to roll?
Let's do...
Arcana is to determine if it's magical. It's just a letter, though. History is if you've ever heard of any of these things.
Let's do a history check.
Okay.
And I rolled an 11.
11. There's not one bit of this that strikes in your mind as something that is familiar to you. You understand the letter, but none of the names, locations, or times make any sense. Those numbers, you're not even at the 1900s. You're in like the 1400s in your calendar, but none of these places even exist. So the land that you are in, you guys know it as the Realms, which is a collection of nation states. Rasfadal being one of them, and there are a few others as well. Khandra, I believe, is... What town are you from, Khandra?
I am from Darlin Ismet.
Yeah. So you are from the elven strongholds that are west of here called Burberry, and nothing in there. And elves generally have a longer view of history because they live much longer, but none of these things make any sense to you.
Okay, so 2 questions. One, I know that in my current knowledge, I do not know of any spell or anything to be able to help me understand this better or to anything like that. But is there anything that I could do in the future that I can study, that I need to go study to be able to figure anything out?
Yeah, I mean there's an identify spell that you might be able to if something is magic, then you might be able to identify it as magic. There's also or you can identify what it is and how to use it. There's a detect magic spell that can let you know, is it magic at all? Is what I'm looking at magic, or is it just a letter, right? That can help you figure that part out.
Okay.
Somebody else in your group might have a detect magic spell. I also have to point out as I pull up your spells that you picked the beige missile first level spell. So my daughter invented this one. We were playing with David Baxter, and Gary Gygax was there, and she had cast magic missile. Luke Gygax, sorry, not Gary.
Gary's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Luke Gygax, and they were like, well, what color is it? What color is the magic missile? And she's like, I don't know, beige. So
no way.
We decided that the beige missile, as indicated in this, is basically like magic missile, but it does extra damage because it's affront to style to anything, any humanoid that can have a sense of style. You roll a 1d6 instead of a 1d4.
I'm obsessed with it. It was like, I read it and I was like, I have to learn this spell. It was so good.
I didn't even know it was still available in this. So I saw that and I was like, no way, that's so funny. So, yeah.
Well, please thank your daughter. I love this spell. Okay, so I feel like, okay, well, actually, the second question. Is there anybody that I know of from back home that I might be able to take this to, or take this artifact to, or this letter, really, so this letter to find out more information?
Most of the study that you did was very self-learned, right? You didn't actually go to a school or anything like that.
Right.
It's your understanding that there are schools and mages that may understand more of this. You wouldn't really know who. You know that there might, your best chance is maybe stopping by any initially any shops that have spell casting magical equipment, arcana shops.
Okay.
That you might be able to ask someone if they would know some place where you could go and find out about it. There is rumor somewhere to the north of where you are, which is just about everything. There is a mage's center for training wizards, but you don't even know what town it's in. You've just heard of it. And it's possible that it's possible, if it's even magic, that they would know something about it. But at this point, you don't know if there's any magical qualities even about the box itself or the letter, right?
True.
So,
right. Okay.
As far as you can tell physically, it's a box and a key and a letter.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So, I turn to Tatiana and the monk, and I say, because at this point, he's just the monk to me. He doesn't have a name. His name is irrelevant to me. So, I turn to them and I say, does anybody in this group have magic, a magic, it's called magic detection spell? Anybody in this group? Tatiana, monk, do you know anybody? I haven't learned that yet, but does anybody else have this now?
I actually don't know.
Okay.
Why?
You don't have any spells available to you yet that you have that. You've got a couple of divine powers that are granted by your deity, but not really spells at this point. You don't know how to cast any of those, and you're the only other spellcaster that's here. Monks generally will have to answer for themselves of whether they have any spells or abilities. Unfortunately, you have the monk right there in the room.
No.
No. Okay.
I'm wondering, could this letter have been planted by Pele as a joke on everyone? He seems
Really?
like a bit of a trickster. I don't trust the guy.
Okay, I see your point, and I'm not discarding it by any means, but I definitely think that the writing style of this letter might be a little bit above Pele's education grade. So
It's okay. You can call it how it is.
Right? I can see that.
Down at the bar, I have a weird feeling that somebody is making fun of me.
okay. All right, so I do this. I say, okay, we're not gonna find anything out tonight. So I put everything back together, I hide it back under my bed, and I say I need another drink, and so I start heading down the stairs.
Right.
And I immediately go straight to the bar, and I ask the innkeeper for another ale. I say the name is Zankorin, and then I walk
I will
over.
get you another ale. Perfect for you. Have a great evening, tall lady.
Thank you very much. And then I walk back over to Pele, and I think Rocky's back in here, and Zankorin. And I say, do any of you guys have a magic detection spell? Anybody?
Just a magic touch, my dear.
Oh God.
Someone's had too much to drink.
All right, good. I tried anyway.
Well, Rampori and I are still up in the room. I turn to him and wink and raise my eyebrows.
Rampuri gets up and walks downstairs.
And Tatiana follows with her head low.
Aw, so sad. So sad. Monks are pure, you know, but it's green grass day, you know.
Not quite.
Yeah, not quite, but
What
it's getting
happens
there.
in Gwendal stays in Gwendal.
Everyone knows that. So the evening is going on. The alcohol is going in. Everyone's feeling a little bit tipsy.
Not me.
Except, Rocky is not drinking anything.
No, I'm sitting in a corner with my hood over my head, smoking a pipe, and looking very Aragornish.
Very nice.
I was gonna
Keeping
say.
an eye on everything.
The druid is also, you notice, is also smoking a pipe, and it's got that distinctive smell of jolly weed, which is often smoked in these parts of the wood to calm the nerves as people get a little bit excited. And he is still making notes and drawing in his sketchbook. A brazier? Well, you. What's your passive perception? Let me just see if you would have passively noticed anything here. You did not notice anything, but it was dark or getting dark, and you guys were headed straight to the inn because you were all hungry. So you didn't really look around town. You did notice other shops, but you weren't too specific about what you were looking for. Perhaps the morning you'll be able to ask, or you can certainly ask the the barkeep or whoever you want. Myself? A brass brazier? Let's think what is around. Not at this hour. Everything is closed now. But tomorrow, tomorrow's green grass day. I don't know if anything will be open. Let me think. I think that's you know, it's possible that the soul apothecary would be open. They sell potions, things of arcane nature. Some fine crafted stuff. It's possible they might have something. It's owned by Tora Fanningray. Sometimes she comes in here. Let me look and see if I don't see her today. But it's understandable. Many people are home with families, so I would imagine that is where she is. But I don't know whether she will be open tomorrow or not. What with it a holiday? Inns, taverns, bars, we are always open. But I don't know if she will be or not. Oh, but if you want, you could check tomorrow. The main intersection. I am on this corner, and she's just on the other corner, right over there. You'll see a big sign, Soul Apothecary. No problem. No problem.
Brazier?
That would be with 2 Z's, I think. Actually, I'm horrible at spelling. A brazier is a brass, small here. Imagine this, but like a martini glass, but a little bit wider and maybe not with a stem that you would put herbs and stuff in as some form of ritual or religious sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zankorin, what do you need with a... What do you need that for? What's going on?
Now your expression is saying you want to roll an insight check to see if he's lying.
Yes,
You
I
may
do.
not know that is something you can do, but I, zooming with you, can see that in your expression. So if you would like to, roll an insight check.
Insight check. Okay, here we go.
You would be, you roll a persuasion. Yeah, you roll a persuasion.
I rolled a 12.
Okay. And your persuasion? It's an 8. You are, Condra, you are pretty sure that he is not getting that for his parents.
Okay. Okay. I go up to Tatiana and I hold up my hand and I say, "Ally, will you dance with me?"
I never refuse a good dance.
Yes. So we start dancing. It's beautiful because
Is it? I want you guys to roll. I want you guys to roll performance checks.
Okay, here we go.
Elf and a dragonborn. That's pretty interesting.
Okay,
you guys are about the same height, aren't
check.
you?
Yep.
I rolled a 9.
9. Okay, and how about Tatiana?
I rolled a 14.
All right. Well, the alcohol has twisted your view of your capabilities of dancing, and as
I love that.
graceful as you imagine, you are less graceful in reality, and it looks like you are just sort of sloshing beneath the feet of a dragonborn. who is
Fantastic.
herself dancing very nicely and managing to keep the two of you together. as you
Wonderful.
spin around the floor and make merriment together.
Beautiful. So as we are dancing, I had an ulterior motive, and I lean to Tatiana at one point where only we can hear each other, and I speak. Is it Draconian? No,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
Draconian. It's in
Draconic,
Draconian. Sorry.
Draconic, but still, yeah.
Draconic.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's
So
fine.
in Draconic, I say, I there's something going on with Zancorin. Can you help me watch him, please? Keep an eye on him.
And I raise my eyebrows at Condra,
You have no eyebrows.
which I wish I had.
Your ridge scales above your eyes.
I raise my ridge scales. At
They are
Condra.
slightly different colors, so they do still have the same effect.
And I say, I am always watching everyone.
Ooh.
Love it.
Nice. Excellent.
How's that?
All right. Little mischievous stuff. Some people are beginning to leave the bar. Others who are drinking heavily are moseying up closer to it. What are you guys doing?
Can I do another kind of like scan of the room with all of my senses to see if
Sure.
there's anything odd?
Yep.
That's perception, right?
Yeah.
$19.
19. Most of the room seems like drunk or slightly intoxicated local Gwendalian locals having a fantastic time. The innkeeper having a nice time keeping everyone adequately filled with liquor and enjoying themselves. Again, the only person out of place is the druid. You can sense that he looks a little bit not nervous, not like nervous about anything in the room, but just like worrying. You can almost sense that he is worried about something. You can't tell what, but you can tell by his expression and his mannerisms and the way he's moving and furrowing his brow every once in a while that something is weighing on his mind. Okay.
Do we?
As you recall, you were supposed to follow Gundren and Sildar, who you never met, but you remember the name. They were going horseback ahead of you guys. They left early in the morning, and they were going to get there earlier because they don't have a cart, and they were actually going to go through Fend and then go visit Gundren's brothers somewhere outside of Fend. You would imagine they made much better time than you did. Instead of a 5-day journey, they're probably done in 3, I would imagine. They would not have stopped at Gwendal because, they would have gone 3/4 of the way down the coast road before they got to it and camped out somewhere there off the road. But you were, it was implied that you were going to follow and head straight there and drop it off.
Then that's what we should do. I say, no, we made a deal. We can come back later, but we must complete our task.
I agree with the halfling.
Wait, he talked?
He spoke. The monk
My
spoke.
God.
Wow.
Yeah, you agreed with him when?
Oh, wait, you agreed with the halfling,
Yes.
not with the... Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Okay. This is interesting.
No.
Uh,
This is unacceptable. Are you people insane? Let's
We
just
can-
get this done. They expect us to be there. We're each going to be paid, what was it, 10 gold each?
I think so.
Why don't we talk a little bit to this druid and find out, maybe a short delay would be okay. But we need to know if he needs our help. If not, we can complete our journey and come back to you.
Oh no, this is this is crazy. No, we can go, we can finish our task, and then we can go try and find the druid some other time, but we have to do this first. Like this is our task. We have to do this first.
Well, I mean, let's find out from the druid exactly what he needs, you know? I mean, I come from the place where, you know, we did learn from Zancorin through the druid that there's like orcs and goblins and shite roaming around the coastal road, and maybe we delay, let those guys eat some other poor bastards.
Fine. I've got
Right
I
then,
don't know. You're the wizard who came down and asked me, the rogue, if I had a detect magic spell in my back pocket. I don't know if I trust that.
Okay, I can't learn everything overnight, Pele. All right.
right now, Arnon.
Have you ever tried to become a wizard? Okay, you can't learn everything at once.
Arnon Battlehammer wanders up with a platter, you know, a big tray full of beers.
Would anyone like more beer?
Yes, please.
One?
Please, yes.
Anyone else? On
Me.
Zancorin, I have yes. Anyone else want beer?
No.
Yes? No? You're good?
I say no. I'm sensing that there may be a higher calling happening here with the news from the druid. I worship the god of endurance, and I fight those who make people suffer. And with orcs and strange beings running through the forest, I think I have a mission to accomplish.
Are you guys talking about Lachlan Brown?
Who's Lacklander Brown?
The druid in the corner, the crazy one.
Yeah.
Comes here all the time. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't charge him for food because he makes my potatoes grow. But, you know, he's a little on the crazy side. He's always talking to birds and hedgehogs and stuff.
And he leans over to Pele.
You look like you need another beer, huh? You want more? Huh? Pele, one more? Yes?
Hold on. I'm always down to take one more beer.
There you
As
are.
long as, so in the back of my mind, what I'm doing is I'm squirreling these away so that I keep my mind sharp. I'm not actually getting drunk. Is there a thing I can roll to?
Yeah,
see if
you
that
can
happens?
roll a deception.
A deception.
Deception test. Yeah. Okay. You choose sleight of hand or
Ooh.
deception.
Which? Let's see. Hang on.
But you got to pick first.
Sleight of hand is that one. I'm gonna go with sleight of hand.
All right. You should be pretty good at that.
I roll a sleight of hand and I roll a 19.
19. All right. You are stealthing. I don't know exactly where you're putting them, sort of like on cartoons. It
There's
just
a
goes behind your back,
cactus. There's a cactus.
disappears, and you pull it back out behind your back when you need it.
Into the cactus. You
I
know.
wish I need to do that with my wine glass. I need more wine because mine is empty. Okay, so you've successfully hid a couple of these.
My mind is sharp.
You have you've sipped through one of them, but it seems as though you've had a few more than you actually have. Okay.
Don't know if that will come in handy or whether I've just wasted it, but who knows?
You never know.
Never know.
Arnon is wandering around to other tables distributing beer after his comments of Lachlan the Brown.
Listen, I feel as though we should find out exactly how we can help this guy. He sounded like he was down on his luck, and he sounded as if he didn't necessarily need our help. He just sounded like sort of bummed about the forest being all whack and stuff. So if there's a thing that we can do to help him, then let's hear him out. But if he's just, needs a pat on the back, then we should do what we were planning to do.
Okay, we can hear him out, but you guys, we were hired for a job. We have to do that job. That's what we were meant to do. Okay, you know what? Just hang on. All right, everyone, just hang on. I storm up with my very long legs. over to the druid, and I sit down very impolitely. And my
Oh, did hear. Hello.
hello, and I kind of slam my ale on the table, and it kind of splashes a little bit. What's your name?
My name.
Your name? You
My
have
wife.
one?
As a DM, my wife brought me more wine because she's watching on Twitch.
Oh, that's very
and
sweet.
she
Best
realized
wife
I needed
ever.
more wine.
That's
Very
awesome.
sweet.
That's awesome. Working from home. Okay, this doesn't actually work, but still. Okay, he is. He's. What my? You wanted my name?
Your name, sir. You have one.
Lachlan. Oh, sorry, I haven't introduced myself.
And he stands up and he sort of bumps into the table and sloshes his beer and sticks out his hand.
Lachlan the Brown. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Room
I'm
shake.
Condra.
Room shake. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so Lackland, where is
Stay
everybody?
6 feet apart, for God's sake.
Oh, sorry. Wrong reality. Reality. Fine. You're 2 feet
Lachlan,
apart
where's
at
your
the
mask?
table. Yeah, you're good.
Where's everybody else? Have they followed me? Are they still back? Where's everybody?
I have followed Condra. I'm standing over her shoulder.
Okay.
And she's a little overzealous, so I kind of am waiting to see if I have to calm her down.
Yeah, I'm sort of hanging out behind them to like kind of wait and see whether or not she literally gives this guy a heart attack with, a 7 foot tall wizard woman and
Right,
a giant
totally.
dragon lady storming over this poor druid. In
Right.
fact, I'm just sort of waiting to see if my charisma needs to come into play here.
Okay. Where's Zinkorin? Okay. So I turn to Lackland, right? Leland.
Lachlan.
Lackland.
Yep.
Lackland, hang on one second. Zankorin, please. Zankorin, come here, please. Come here. Yes, Zankorin, come here. Come here. Come on. Okay. I kind of pull him, he's very small and I'm very tall. So I kind of pull him into me and kind of, strong arm, like hug him right into me. And we're across the table from Lackland. Lackland, so my friend here, Zankorin, he tells me that you have some problems. And he'd like to help you, but we really do have something else we have to do. So Lackland, please explain to me what it is that we can do for you again.
I don't think you can do anything for me. I don't know what he's talking to. The little guy there. Oh, there's a friendly fellow. Bought me an ale. I was talking to him about the forest. I've heard the Huffin Forest is sick. That worries me. I haven't had a sick forest in years in these parts. And I'm going to find out what it is. Maybe it's sick, maybe it's not. But I had a bird friend of mine tell me. I'll go in and I'll find out. I'll find out what's wrong with it. A sick forest. You don't know what you'll get in it. Of orcs and all sorts of evil. Anything. Spiders. Dangerous things. Sturges. All sorts of things. Ogres. Anything that's evil is attracted to the sickness of a forest. And if it is sick, I want to find out what it is and see what I can do to heal it.
Can I roll should I roll a perception check to see if Lackland's telling the truth?
Insight. Yep.
Insight. Okay, insight.
So what I like about D&D Beyond is even though I hadn't completely fleshed out this character, it's just a couple of clicks and I got a fully decked out Lackland the Brown. It's awesome. I got spells. I got everything. It's awesome.
That's amazing. I rolled a 20 for insight.
Okay. At a 20, it seems as though he's really concerned with the forest, that something
Okay.
might be wrong with it.
Okay,
He's
so
not asking for help. He's just was sharing what he was doing and his concern for what's going on.
okay, so you
Uh,
know,
you- You did notice a little bit more about him that you noticed as you were like looking at him. He has got see if I can describe him a little bit better. He seems somewhat clueless about interacting with people, which kind of makes sense for a druid. He is pretty cheerful. He has a tattoo on his neck. Again, it's a tattoo of a vine. And you can also see poking out of his coat a vine, the same type of vine that seems to be on his hand and wrapping around, forming sandals on his boots. Which seems odd to you, obviously, because he's got vines at all places. And he seems a little bit. He's had a beer and he's currently smoking a long pipe full of jollyweed, and you can tell he's a little lightheaded.
Okay.
He would
Alright,
say
so-
he's connected with nature.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I turn to everyone and I say, has anyone here studied plants, forests, anything? Anybody studied that?
I
Any of us?
studied it. What?
I have.
Shit.
What?
I said I have. I'm a ranger. I study plants. I can survive in the wilderness. Oh well.
At
Fortunately-
this point, I can't say anything. My plan was ruined, so I just put my head down a little bit.
Hey, Glee, let's do that.
I think we've learned a decent amount from this fellow. In fact, I walk over to him and I say, "Did those vines go all over your body, or just they poke out in different places?"
These vines,
Yes, I
Oh,
love your
fantastic.
vine.
they're my friends. They're not just vines. Watch this.
And he sticks out his sandal, and you see the vines change and loop around, and it turns into a boot.
Perfect for cold weather.
I freaking love you, dude.
Oh.
That's awesome.
I don't know if I'm ready for that, but thank you.
First time for everything, bro.
You know, love you too, I suppose.
I'm just an honest man, and when I see a good trick, I appreciate it.
Well, okay.
And Corin, pay the man a galleon or whatever.
I've had enough.
No, I
I'm
don't.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I don't
I've
need
had enough
anything.
of this. I wave to everybody and I go back up to the room, go to sleep. I want to be up early.
Well, if there's anything I can ever, you seem so kind. If there's ever anything I can do for you, let me know.
I've got one last question about druids, if you don't
Yes.
mind.
Oh yes, of course.
Can you speak to the forest like through the fungal network and the roots and everything? Like if you're way in the distance, and this is not me making fun of you, I'm serious. If you're like way off doing your thing and we're in trouble doing our thing, will you know about it if I talk to one of the trees or something?
Oh well, I've heard there's some that can do that. No, I can probably ask the trees how they're doing. But they're not a messenger's system or anything.
So you
Oh,
don't have tree mail or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
No, there are spells that people have to do that. I can't. I can send short messages myself, but nothing major.
Cool, man. Okay.
Wow, this is pretty cool. When D&D Beyond randomly creates a character, it will grab not only spells that are available to it, but also spells that I have created. So I see another spell that I have created that's in there that he can do. That's kind of cool, to be honest. So yeah,
That's awesome.
I didn't know it did that. It's kind of cool. So yeah,
We learn something new every
right,
day.
right. So now he's got all sorts of weird stuff that he can do.
Everyone,
At
Huh?
this point, the monk gets up and goes to the room.
Okay.
yep. And I say, I've got eggs to balance tomorrow at noon. I think I need my sleep, so I'm going to retire individually.
Right. Everyone retired for the evening.
Yep.
I
I'm
grab-
on the stairs.
I go back up to the barkeep, and I ask for one more ale on Zankorin's tab, and then I
course.
take it back up to the room.
All right. Alrighty. Okay. So you guys is that everyone? Everyone up to the rooms? For the ride out? Oh, okay. See if it's open in the morning. Okay. All right. So you guys head up to your rooms as the sound of the festival downstairs lulls you to sleep. No one's used any spells or anything like that, so you don't have anything to recover, but you do take a nice long rest for the evening. You wake up to the sound of chickens and roosters doing their morning roostering. Let's see what happens, see what our day is like today, because do I track what's going on every day? Yes, I do. Because it's so bad to it's green grass day, and you wake up to the sound of rain in the town, sort of a light rain, but not as sporadic. It seems as though it's gotten a little bit heavier than it did overnight. It's certainly overcast, and the sun is maybe coming up, but it's certainly getting brighter as you guys are enjoying that. And that is where you are in the morning.
Get on
So-
the road.
You wake up. Do you guys just want to grab? You can grab a bite to eat, and then it's included with the room, and head off to the stables and head on out. As you wake up in the morning, nothing in town seems to be open, but you'll be traveling back through it again, past the Soul Apothecary, if you want to bang on the door. Most merchants in small towns live above, so maybe you can rouse somebody to
The bagel.
do something. Huh?
I want the bagel. There must be a baker here. Bakers are up early in the morning.
Bakers?
Bakers for bagels.
I thought he was asking for bagels.
Yes, I want a bagel with some lox and the schmear.
I wouldn't say no to that.
What? No bagels?
So you guys, they have some food downstairs, sort of a continental breakfast. You know?
Yes, but is that bagels?
They have bagels. Yes, I'm going to say they have bagels.
And I'm very happy, and I have a bagel, and then I want to get on the road.
Okay, so you guys go. You pick up your horses. Our total cost for everything, I think we're at about right. Okay, so you've got another for drinks. You've got another 1.5 gold, and then 1, 2, and then 2.5 for the stables and feeding. So your Horses are fed. Yeah, your horses are fed, and you guys and they've got a little. They've refilled their packs for the road, so they've got some take with them food, and you guys have picked up your horses, and you're headed back into the center of town, where you are passing on the right. You've got the Gwendalian Arms, and as you turn left, you see another corner type of building as you're headed out towards the coast road, which is the Soul Apothecary. It's up to you if you wanted to stop and see if you can rouse somebody there. Okay. So you guys start heading out of town. Let us talk travel order as you get to a little bit more dangerous part of the road. All right. Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's going to be
in front?
driving? Who is going to be handling the horses and sitting next to the driver? Is anyone going to be in front of them, or normally you don't have
I'll be
anyone?
in front.
Well,
Huh?
I'm going to move to the front with my bow knocked.
Okay, Rocky is up front, and then who's doing the cart?
I'm usually in the front, but I will I'll let Rocky feel good, and I'll handle the horses.
All right. Anyone sitting next to Condra?
I'm sitting next to Condra, feeling usurped because I was driving yesterday. But
Well, you got to share.
that's fine.
All right. You can fit in the back or wherever you can hop on wherever you want. You don't weigh much and you're tiny, so you got lots of room to just sit up in the back of the cart on a. Yeah, you just find it's a covered wagon, but you feel around for what feels like maybe rice or something like that in a 50-pound bag, and you just perch yourself up there, so that's fine. You got a good view. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Okay, so you wedge yourself in there, so you're nice and tight. And then who's left? Tatiana and
me. I want to be in the most defensive position for our little caravan, because it looks like we're heading into some unknown territory here.
Yeah, well, Rocky's in the front. You got two people up high that can keep watch. Zancorin is in the back, but he sort of seems like he's tucked in more for hiding than for observation. So you don't really have anyone looking out backwards. You can.
I will take the back then.
All right. And then Rampuri.
And I'd like to be up with Rocky and Condra.
Okay, you're walking alongside Rocky in the front. Perfect. Okay, awesome. You're good. You're fine. And you guys head out of town, and the busy town or the not busy, the lazy town of Gwendalian falls off behind you as the rain slowly picks up, and you guys are slightly getting. It's not a heavy rain; it's sort of a light rain. As you guys are walking down the coast road, it's still too wide, a pretty big road for you guys to be going down, and making your way out of town. The first parts of it is still the field, as you can see here. So you've got a good 5 or 10 miles that's still farmland, and you can still see some communities, but it begins to thin out. The landscape, if any of you guys have been say north of Santa Barbara on your way up the 101, where it's got a big slope up. Imagine the area where the Highway 1 is. That's not where you're at, but if you can imagine where it just sort of flattens out at the top of the hills there. It doesn't in real life. It kind of goes up and down, but here it's sort of a plateau. You are from the road. If you look at it here, this distance from here to here is about 7 miles. So you're a decent ways from the ocean. The closest you get is around here, which is still a few miles away, but right at this intersection, it's a little gap where you can see the ocean because it's at least you can see what you think it would be. It's pretty cloudy and rainy, so you can't quite see that far, but you can tell that's the direction it is. And there's the smell of the sea even from this distance because of that little canyon that is there. And let me have the two in front, Rocky and Rampuri, roll perception checks.
Give me a second.
12.
Rocky rolls a 20.
All right. Rampuri?
12.
12. Okay. So far, nothing that you guys can notice. Everything seems pretty calm. Not a lot going on as your horse are moving down the horses are moving down the road. Just the sound of the horses clopping and the rain being very peaceful as it dribbles away, and you go down. It's peaceful and quiet as you make your way. We'll
to Condor and I say, it's moments like these that just, they make it all worth it, don't they? Just these moments where nothing could go wrong. Nothing feels out of the ordinary. Just, just like a nice, like uncomplicated ride down a coastal road.
which is what it seems like. And for the balance of the day, it seems uncomplicated and rather simple. You guys go on for hours. As the day draws to a close, you have made a decent amount of progress on this map. You're probably about here on the map. And it's beginning to get dark. You could push yourself further if you had a destination to go to, but you don't really. You can set up camp if you guys would like for the night. You've all got some tents that were purchased, and set up a little campfire, park the horses and the cart near you guys if you wanted to do that, or you can push on, which is your choice.
Let's push on.
I say push on.
Okay.
We
So-
should keep going. Catch up with these dwarves.
It's unlikely that you would catch up with the dwarves because they're moving faster than you and they got a head start. So it's going to be really hard for you guys to do that. Pushing on also means you'll all you'll have the chance of picking up a level of exhaustion because you've been traveling all day. Mostly just the walkers, Rocky, Rampuri, and Tatiana. The folks in the cart are fine to push on further. But you guys are welcome if you want
I
to
have
do
a
that.
problem with it because of my skill.
Okay.
You guys want to switch? I could walk for a bit.
I can walk.
All right. So you guys shift around a little bit. Condra heads out up front with Pele. Who's driving?
Not the monk. I don't have a driver's license anymore.
All right. Okay. Zancorn, you're still hiding in the back there, hanging out in the cart. Okay. So you guys push on a little bit further.
How about Tatiana?
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm riding in the cart.
Rampuri, right now I have you in the cart. Unfortunately, you guys are pretty big. You can't fit 3 in the seat. You can only fit 2. So one of you is going to have to
I
keep
will
walking.
walk.
All right. I'm going to need Rampuri then, who is walking a double shift, to roll a constitution check for exhaustion.
Sorry, where is Constitution?
It's just right up at the top for...
Oh, I see it. 13.
13. One, two, roll. Make sure I have this correct. Okay, that's fine. All right, so I think you are fine with that. So you don't get a point of exhaustion, but you guys push on now, and it's now it's like 9 o'clock at night, 9, 10 o'clock. It's getting pretty late. You've made it a little bit further. So not as difficult. The going has been a little bit slower because of the rain, but you still made some pretty good time. But it is now getting late. You can go all night, but that would be pretty stressing you guys out a lot, or you guys can set up camp.
Do you guys think that we should take a break at this point? Like we've been going all day. It's dark. Who knows what kind of weird stuff's going on around us? Maybe we should circle the wagon and just have a chill.
What time is it? Yeah.
And my sundial's not working at this hour.
Yeah, it is. It's about 10 o'clock now.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I think it's
set,
time
set
to camp.
cards. Do people need to make a bio break?
In real life,
Real life.
roll a constipation check. My daughter thought of that. She said when we had to do that, I have to tell people to roll a constipation check. Maybe that was my wife. I don't know. We were all joking about it.
That's funny.
Okay, yeah, let's take a 5-minute break and then we'll set up camp. It is 8:41 right now. Our goal was to sort of end it at 9ish, so we don't want to take too long, but let's take like 5 minutes. And then don't forget to come back in 5 minutes. All right.
My best not to forget.
I already took a bio break when we weren't bio breaking.
We
I'm
never
here.
noticed.
One in at one point.
Really?
Really during
Bio breaks and fire breaks as well, like so that you guys don't see me get up like an old man and like poke the fire and stuff. But
I love
so
the
funny.
fire though.
I'll be
It's
right
so
back.
good.
nothing like a real fire.
Taylor, how long are you gonna be there for?
I booked a one-way ticket, so I could
Right.
I could be here. For, sorry. I could be here for a little bit. I was kind of thinking I would just wait and see what I needed to do, but since Alyssa doesn't have work, we were kind of hoping that maybe we could just ride out whatever is going on in LA in New Jersey.
That's a great idea. I wish I was where you are.
You guys should come out.
We would, but at this point, I don't feel safe, like, getting on a plane right now.
That's kind of the, that's the unfortunate sentiment that most people have. Like, anyone would be welcome here if they wanted to be, but I also totally get that we live in weird times. So.
Yeah, I totally would. And we closed on our condo, by the way.
Congrats.
Thanks. So we're starting. Renovations are starting on Monday, so we have to go actually this weekend to like move the ugly ass furniture that they left us,
Awesome.
and like try and sell it off so that there's room for the contractor to come do his thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congrats. Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
Thanks. It's like a nice like distraction from everything else happening.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's interesting being back. The winter is not as fun, I guess you could say, to be in New Jersey. It's pretty gray and bleak and cold, and the days are short and stuff. It's not like the summertime, but it's good to be with family. So that's the one thing I'm happy about.
Well, I will take you up on a New Jersey tour for summer when all this is over.
You guys should. It would be really awesome. Jersey Shore, as like crazy as it seems on MTV, is actually a ton of fun for like all of those reasons as well.
Really?
So, yeah, it's really great. It's a lot of fun. You could do
I will definitely take. Well, I mean, I assume I'm coming to your wedding, which I assume will also be in a summer. So eventually, I'll get there anyway. But
maybe it actually might be in the wintertime. Well, first of all, yeah, of course you are, but you're definitely coming. But it's probably.
I think you need to roll like a persuasion check. Hey, he's not here. So my family says the way that we're doing Twitch with the screen capture, they can hear everyone except for Zankorin, who has no volume.
Weird.
So we'll have to troubleshoot that. but I think it's
It's probably because
he's yeah.
his microphone is going into Zoom and we can hear it, but it's not going on Twitch.
Yeah. So he'll have to probably wire his microphone to go directly into OSB as well. OSB,
yeah. But
as well, or
it just might be muted because his mic when we do it when I'm running it, it's just always on. So like I have dual controls between I can mute myself so that Zoom can't hear me, but Twitch can, or vice versa, or like both on, both off. So I wonder if his mic is just off on OBS or something.
Oh, we can see if he can turn it on real quick. They said it's kind of confusing because they don't know what he's up to.
He has a lot of the exposition, so that could be.
Yeah. Yeah.
The monk. Yeah, I like that.
Monk, man, the
Oh, look,
monk.
he's
I'm
back.
telling
He's
you.
back. He can't hear us because he doesn't have his headphones on. Oh no, now he does. I got no line. Oh,
I literally
Oddly,
have
I
my
smell
bottle for the times that I've had to replenish my cup because wine.
Wine.
It's
So,
wine.
Zankorin, my family says they cannot hear you on Twitch and you alone. So somehow the way you've got the wiring done for putting in your microphone is not working. But see if you can twiddle around with it, and I will tell my family to run up here if they can hear you, so let you know that it worked. But we're like a 30-second delay, so.
It's muted. Now there is a 30-second delay. My guess is they're going to hear me.
By the way, Dave's family, thank you for watching, and thank you for letting us steal Dave for the evening.
It's a shout out to my family. And they can know that if anyone ever watches this, they will be shouted out to.
Or they can write it in chat if they want to just write it in chat.
Right. I don't think they're watching. We have a video streaming to Chromecast, so they can just chill on the couch. I am confident.
I love that.
That daughter is playing with her new Christmas iPad, collecting cats or something.
Love that.
Shout out to Dave's family. Please like and subscribe below. And
don't forget to like and subscribe.
Right.
Smash that like button, especially if you're, in Dave's
Speaking of
family.
Legion M paraphernalia, visit the Legion M store where we sell
all types of t-shirts.
Oh, nice! I love that one. That's one of my favorites.
I'm not wearing
I like that one
too.
This is from the Emperor's Blades.
Yeah.
I love that one.
I really like the Vanyasha one.
Oh, isn't it great? That was actually, by the way, was Taylor's idea. Like, literally came from Taylor's brain. He was like, this is what we need to do.
Vanyate.
Yeah, the Vignate Petit. It's like, Dave, have you ever read Emperor's Blades?
So do you call him David or do you call him Baxter?
Baxter. Well, David, Baxter, both.
Good, because I always call him Baxter.
I call him Tall One.
Better for me.
That's Dave. He is Dave.
So Baxter made me read them. Yes. Oh, you got a thumbs up from family. You are hearable now. Baxter made me read them, so I read the 3 of them, and then he said that there was the prequel one, I guess, with the girl.
Here.
I don't want to give anything away because they're really cool. And I read that one too, and I really like them all. And I hate it because normally I suck at picking out books to read. So all I generally read are, I let the experts pick them up. I get National Book Critics Awards, Pulitzer Prizes, Booker Awards, all of the top ones, and I read those. Because I'm a book snob, yeah. No, because I did such a bad job. I wasn't really getting a lot out of what I wanted to read. Because the fun stuff is like Emperor's Blade, right? That's fun to read, right? But, do you grow as a person because of it? No, it's like watching Star Wars. It's fun.
No, you totally grow as a person.
No.
I could write a dissertation on how Harry Potter and Hermione Granger,
the Underground Railroad or the Nickel Boys, and you grow because of those books, right? But I hated it because whenever I got in the car to listen to something on my way to work, when we used to go to a place called work, I would always turn on Emperor's Blade because it was more fun to listen to. And then I went back to my books, not books, which I actually
good.
prefer to read because they're such wordsmiths that audiobook doesn't do a good job on that. But audiobook is great for fantasy and stuff like that. So
Totally.
so anywho's, welcome back, people who are twitching with us, twerking with us, whatever it's called. I don't know.
Twerking. Slightly different than twitching.
Is it?
Not
Is
that
it?
different.
I don't.
Not different.
I don't.
Not that different.
I don't know. I am wearing an Irish wool sweater. Do you think I would really know? Okay. So you guys decide to camp. So you guys are setting up camp. Everything's in place. Normally, it makes sense for people to sleep and other people to keep watch, either one or two. Usually, you'll have like 3 watches during the night just to make sure things are up, and everyone else can get to sleep. So 1 or 2 people per watch. It's your choice. Who is going to take the first watch?
I'll take first watch. Oh.
I would be happy to take first watch, but I would defer to others if they would like to.
I do have a recommendation for watches.
Oh.
Okay.
I was thinking maybe I would take one of the watches. Pele would probably take another one of the watches that I am not taking, and then Rocky would take the other watch that neither Pele or I are taking. Because I feel like, based off what I've been able to discern from everyone, us 3 might have the best perception of what we can see, especially maybe in the dark and things like that. And then the other 3 are going to be very good if we do run into trouble. So if we do have to get into a fight, then you and Tatiana and the monk can really help us fight as partners. So 2, 2, and 2.
I'm still lost. So who's on watch?
Yeah, and I have some special perception abilities, dragon sense and all.
Okay. And what do those do for you?
Oh, let's see. I have some passive perception abilities. How do I talk about this? I haven't done this before.
Passive perception is let me pull yours up. I tried to memorize everyone's strengths and weaknesses, but
Yeah, so I have blind sight and dark vision and tremor sense, I think.
okay.
And true sight.
Do you?
True
Sense it?
sight.
I'm not seeing that you have all of those.
You don't see that I have those?
No, I think they're available.
Oh, they're available, you're right.
But you don't have them. Yeah. You you do you don't I don't think you have any dark vision.
But then I don't. No, you're right. I'm looking
Elves, I
now.
think,
I was
do
looking at the
have
wrong thing.
I've got dark vision.
I'm trying to see where it
I have something. I forgot what it is.
I'm trying to see where it shows up on this for the type of vision.
Oh, I have dark vision, you guys. Oh, you guys, I have dark vision, so I can see in the darkness up to 60 feet. I have keen senses, so I have perception. And you guys, I don't even need to sleep. Like,
You,
I
yeah, you
literally don't need to
for
sleep.
4 hours. Anyone that's an elf, I don't know about the half elf. Does the half elf need to sleep for more than 4 hours?
Where would it tell me that?
It would be under trance, under your racial traits. Let me check.
Racial traits. No, I don't have trance.
Yeah, so just the elf only needs to sleep for 4 hours a night. So an elf on watch makes perfect sense. Even taking 2 watches is fine because you don't need that much rest. It's one of your advantages.
Essentially, to go meta, I was saying that Rocky, Pele, and myself have the high perceptions. Probably have the highest perception, so we all should take, like, I take first watch, Pele takes second watch, Rocky takes third watch, and then have a secondary person as like a backup for fighting and stuff. So it could be me and, the monk, and then Pele and Khandra, and Rocky and Tatiana, or something like that.
Right.
But that was just the idea for specifically on perception.
Yeah, normally when you're keeping watch overnight, you're usually doing a perception check. So you can look at your perception check, and you guys can just all yell out, your plus whatever to that, and you can kind of determine who's good at what. And dividing that makes perfect sense to make sure that you guys are keeping even on that. So first watch is who? Zancorin and who else?
A monk. I volunteer the monk, and I dare him to say otherwise.
All right.
Okay.
A grunt of
Okay.
yes.
The monk is up for the first watch there. Okay, so the first watch is going on, and I need you guys to roll a perception check.
Oh shoot. Uh, 21.
All right.
22.
22.
All right.
All right. So you guys are, I've got an issue here I've got to fix. Shoot. So you guys are sleeping, most of you, but a couple of you guys that are up, both Zancorin and Rampuri, somewhere in the middle of the night, they hear sound. They hear a little rustle in the bushes.
How far away? Like, do we have any sort of sense, or like where the bushes are?
Yes, as a matter of fact, you might have a little bit of idea of where you're at. So let me do a couple of things here. I've got that. I've got that. Sorry, I'm trying to get my roll 20 going together for me. What? I'm missing someone. I've tried to update, as you guys have been updating your pictures. I've been trying to keep them updated. But I'm missing someone now, and I gotta figure out who it is.
By the way, I'm obsessing over Pele's new picture. It's brilliant.
I even added
Everybody.
scales to it.
I like it.
Boom.
So
Dreamy and windswept.
one of my daughter's friends draws great anime characters. So you guys need to like update yours and use like what Rampuri used, the Hero Forge stuff, and then we'll see if we can't bribe her to do the whole set of you guys. That'd be awesome.
Please, daughter.
That'd be incredible.
Daughter's friend. The picture that she drew
daughter's
was
friend.
amazing. Yeah, she's really gifted in that. Okay,
I
so
did a Hero Forge. It's in my thing.
this is where you guys are. And most of you are asleep. So I'm just going to drop you guys in little containers here. However, Rampuri is keeping watch over here. Zancorin, looking very fancy, is over there. Pele's asleep over here. And you hear a noise that is very noise-like that's going... Does anyone speak Goblin?
I do.
I do.
You hear some noise that says, "Oh, I've got this on the wrong. I know how to shift this. Hold on. I'm so bad at Roll20. You guys can see Roll20 though, right?
Yep.
Yes, we can
Yep.
see.
Okay,
Although
good.
I don't see. I only see 5 people. I don't see.
Yeah, I don't see me.
Corin.
Oh, good. Tell me who's missing because I got to drag him onto it.
Oh, it's Rocky.
I'm missing. Rocky's not there.
Move to layer, token layer. Perfect. Okay, Rocky. Boom. There's Rocky. Oh no, I
Also-
can put Rocky there. Hold on.
Also, guys, where's our languages again? Under where?
Kind of
Bottom
bottom
left.
left.
Okay, got him. Thank you.
There. Here's Rocky. Hopefully I have you in there the right size. There you go. So, you are way over over Rampuri is way over here. Zankorin is here, and you hear some noises coming from this direction. You can't tell exactly where they are, but they sound low and they sound dangerous. And who speaks Goblin?
I do.
Rocky.
You hear in a very deep, ungoblin-like voice. You hear food.
From that same general.
From that same direction, which is opposite of where you are. So you're here. You guys hear it from up in
Square
this corner.
is 5 feet or 10 feet?
5.
Each square is 5 feet.
Okay. So can I mosey in that direction?
All right. So you start to move over here. Are you waking anyone up, or are you just moving over to Zankorin and seeing what he finds out?
I'm just gonna move quickly. I can walk 40 feet. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because we're not like in a battle.
You're not in a battle right now.
Yeah. I just would like to get try and get closer to it. Get within.
Okay.
30 feet.
As you.
All right.
Kind of over by the wagon, maybe.
Okay, so you're behind the wagon here.
Sure.
You still can't tell, but you hear a voice. You hear noise coming from this direction. You can't tell what it is.
I grab a do I have like a rock or something?
Sure, it's a campsite. There's rocks in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll grab a rock and I whisper to Rampuri, get ready. And I cast light on the rock and I just throw it right to where that sound is happening.
All right. So you throw. Let me have you roll a athletics check.
Athletics. That's not so great. That's a 10.
A 10. Okay. The how far does light shine?
Light is a 20-foot radius.
At the edge of the corner of the light, you can just pick out a large animal, beast that's in the corner that sees the rock and stares at it. And as you look at the animal, you can see that what it is this. It is a large beast of an ogre. It has a club and large fangs. It is drooling slightly out of the side of its mouth. And I will need you guys to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
So who all has to roll initiative?
Right now, I just need the two of you to roll initiative because you haven't woken anyone up yet.
12.
And an 8.
All right. 12 for Rampuri. 8 for where are you? Zankorin. Okay. And so the light shines over. The ogre glares at the light and is like, hungry, and it charges out of the woods, and on its first move it runs. Oh, I gotta see how far this sucker can run. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Thank you. That's not what I wanted. Gave me a big picture. There we go. Oh, it's fast. It's not really fast. It's just big and has giant strides. So it charges first towards where the light is, which the light landed right about here. So it's made it to this point, and then looks up by the dwindling light that it has. But they've got dark vision for 60 feet, so they can see you very clearly. And he actually saw you throw the rock, so he's 30, 35. He has made it this far to you, but Rampuri, you are up first. Actually, no, I don't know what you are because I haven't gotten your initiatives level. Anyone less than 5? Less than 10? Oh, you already gave me yours, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm a 12, and Rancorin was.
My bad. It already got them in order here, and I've got to redo them. You know what? I'm using D&D Beyond for this. I need to go backwards on this and reset this up a bit because I need to get everyone's initiative, even though you're not in the battle yet. So let me have everyone roll for initiative.
Okay.
Zancorn, you were 8,
Yes.
right?
I don't know if that worked. Yeah. Yes, I am.
All right. So everyone roll. You guys got it?
Yep.
All right.
All right.
You
Anyone
don't
less
need
than...
Rancorin and us to re-roll, correct?
No. We'll use your old ones. I've got those. Anyone less than 5?
Wait,
Sorry,
where's
where do
initiative?
you roll for this?
Initiative is in the hunk center of the screen.
I rolled a 23.
Woo! Too bad you're not in the battle right now. Okay, but I'm not going to write that down yet. Anyone less than 5?
Wait, where is initiative?
It's near your
kind
armor.
of in the center of the screen, next to armor class and the big tall skill thing. It's directly in the center under share, proficiency, and then initiative.
Toward the top.
Yeah, near the top. You see it?
Yes.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Everyone's got their roll. Anyone less than 5? Less than 10.
Me. I had a 7.
I have a
7.
6.
Ooh.
Oof.
Wait, who had the 6?
I had a
Melee?
6. Melee had a 6.
Ooh, less than 15.
Right here. 10.
And Rocky, you yelled out 20 what?
23.
23. Okay, you guys are still unaware of what's going on. So the ogre jumps out first, and the ogre leaps over to within melee range of Zancorin on this side of the cart as he just leaps over the cart. Big giant ogre that's there. And he grabs that great club that you guys saw. Let me pull it up there. And he swings it over his head, and he's just bearing straight down on you. And he is rolling. Let's see what we get. I got a 21.
That is going to hit me.
Going to hit you. I'm not going to say that's going to be a great thing. Eight points of damage.
I am unconscious.
Well, how many points do you have total?
8.
8. So you are smack dab at 0. Alrighty. That is the ogre's turn. Rampuri, right now nobody else knows. Well, they know. You guys have heard voices. So you guys are probably getting up as you hear Zancorin. That's it. He's out. So you guys are awake, but you're not participating in this round as of yet, as you guys are getting out of your you guys are basically surprised. But Rampuri, you are not. It is your turn.
So I'm sorry. What is this animal that we are facing?
You are facing this.
Does it have a name? Is it a well-known?
You believe it is an ogre. It's
Okay.
dark-ish, but you can tell by how it's been described. I don't think you've ever seen an ogre before, but given the fact that it is giant in size, it doesn't look fairly intelligent, and is just the shape that it is. You're pretty convinced it's an ogre.
Yeah. So I would like to, or the monk yells, "Ogre!" and jumps.
Speaks only when necessary.
What was that?
Speaks only when necessary. Ogre is definitely necessary.
And then, can you go back to the map?
Yep.
Because I can move and then strike, correct?
You are close
Rampuri,
enough to him
you
that
are
you
not.
can strike him from here. You've got a 5-foot range,
So,
so you can hit anyone in a square next to you.
I'm sorry. Is there any? But there's no detriment if I move first, correct?
No, there's no need to move first because you can reach him.
Yeah. Well, what I'd like to do is I'd like to move 2 squares to the right, so I'm
Okay.
behind him.
Okay.
And then, how many strikes do I get?
Let's pull up your character. Rampuri gets you've got a quarterstaff, which is, I don't know whether it's a light weapon or not, so I'm gonna say it's not. It seems like it's too heavy for that because you can use it with 2 hands. So you can do 2 unarmed strikes if you wanted to. So you have 2 weapon fighting, which I would say an unarmed strike counts as that. So your action consists of 2 weapon fighting, and then you have a bonus action, which is an additional attack. So you can either do 1 quarterstaff and then 1 unarmed strike, or you can do a total of 3 unarmed strikes.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna do the quarterstaff first. And I'm sorry, you're gonna have to remind me what I do.
You can only use the unarmed strike as a bonus.
Yes.
Oh no, you can use it with a monk weapon. I'm fine. You're fine. Okay, so you can do a single hand one of that. So on your board, you'll see quarterstaff, and it's +5.
Oh, there
so
we
hit
go.
that +5 first.
Okay, so quarterstaff. All right, 24.
That is a hit. Roll for damage.
Oh, here we go.
It's the one right next to
That
it,
was
and
the
you'll do the
quarterstaff,
1d6 + 3 button.
Gotcha. 2. Oh, sorry, 5 with the modifier.
5 damage. All right. Now you have a bonus action as well, which can be your I'm trying to pull up your sheet here. That's an unarmed strike.
That's the unarmed strike.
Yep.
Okay.
So you can do a +5 here.
So that's an 18.
That is a hit. Roll the damage.
4.
4 damage. So you very quickly you take your staff, you whack him across the side of the head, and then as your staff comes down, you spin around with your back and elbow him up in the chin as much as you can, leaping as you do it. What was that damage on the second one you said?
4.
4 damage on the second one. It looks like you hit him, but he's giant. He's giant. He just sort of shakes it off a little bit and is like, oh.
And so what is the worst insult in goblin language?
He largely speaks giant, but he does speak goblin. I do not know what the worst insult is. Ask a goblin, but you pick the insult and tell us what you're telling them.
I'm just gonna yell food in goblin because he was speaking goblin, right?
He was speaking goblin. Yeah.
I'm gonna yell food.
Okay. He kind of
trying to get him to turn around.
He kind of looks quizzically at you, like why did you just say food? But he's staring at you as he does that. And now it is we are back to, we've gone through it all. You guys have just woken up. Rocky, you are now awake. We're at the top of the order. It is your turn.
Let's see. I'm gonna want to attack. But let's see. Number 3 or
You know, I didn't pay extra for the ogre icon, of which I'm quite sorry.
You pick. Tell us what you're telling me.
I pulled 2 of both short swords. And
All right.
attack.
Okay, and you're doing the 2-weapon fighting on the short sword. Okay, let's make that first attack.
For the first attack,
You like
I
why did
roll
you
a
just say
19.
19. You spin around, slice with your right hand into his arm, and make a slice across his arm. Go ahead and roll damage.
4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. And your second attack.
Is only an 8.
An 8. As you swing in with your other side, he takes his club and bats your short sword out of the way. We move on to the ogre. Who,
Can I do a bonus action?
I'm assuming that, even though I didn't mention it, I'm assuming you ran up to him, even though I didn't actually do that, and slide him, right?
Yeah. Can I do a bonus action?
Oops. Where did you go? Right here, just real close?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your bonus action?
Wow.
2-weapon fighting. That's your second fight, right? It's your second one that you did.
I guess that is my bonus action.
That is your bonus action. It's a 2-weapon fighting. Yeah.
Okay. Well, next time we can choose.
Okay. Next up is the ogre, who now, after smashing Zancorin, turns over to you with his giant club, and he swings out to attack you. He is gonna reach and swipe across the front of you.
Is it Rocky or Rampart?
Rocky. He's aiming at Rocky. Yeah. He rolls a 9.
And did he hit me?
9. Does he hit you? That's up to you. Did he hit you? What's your armor class?
15.
15. You're able to step out of the way as he swings wide and misses. Rampuri, your turn again.
Another double-handed quarterstaff.
Double-handed means you can't do the
bonus action?
The bonus action.
Okay, I'll do a single-handed quarterstaff then.
Single-handed quarterstaff. All right, that's at a +5. As I recall.
23.
23 to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
8.
You take the quarterstaff, you spin it around and snap at his knee, buckling it just so slightly because he's giant, but you can tell you hit him just at the right spot. And you do a little bit of damage to him. He is basically not looking too injured, but you still have another attack that you can make.
Yeah, I'm going to do another unarmed strike.
Another unarmed strike. Okay.
And that gets a 20.
That's a hit.
6 damage.
Someone's rolling well.
Mm-hmm.
Chandra, you're up.
I'm up. Okay.
Chandra,
I see.
What are you doing?
I see what's happening. And okay, first of all, how far away am I from him right now? How many?
5, 10, 20 feet.
20 feet.
You're still in your tent, though, so no matter what, you're gonna have to kind of sneak out of your tent. Your view is a crumpled Zancorin on the ground, an easy to see ogre, Rocky doing some damage, and Rampuri just sort of flying around him, hitting him with his quarterstaff and whacking him a bunch.
Okay, so I say enough of this. Coming in. I first move 2 spaces to the right, so I'm like dead center with ogre.
Here? Okay. You've got a tent between you two, though, so he's at half cover with you.
Wait, oh, that's right. No. I need full cover.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want a clear line of sight, you can move. You can move to this space, or any of these spaces, or anything over here.
And Zancorin's not gonna be
Zancorin-
in my way?
No, he's unconscious on the ground.
Great. Then I would like to move 2 forward, please. So that, yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
So you've moved there. Excellent.
Yes, perfect. Okay. Then I shall cast Witch Bolt.
Witch Bolt?
Yes.
What?
Should
I
I
want to look this up.
Should I explain Witch Bolt?
You
Or
should.
no? Okay.
How do you cast this? Have you worked out what your style is on this?
Yes. So, well, probably not as good as I should have. Okay, so I need to okay, so this is where my twig from a tree that has been struck by lightning comes into play. So I take the twig quickly from my bag as I'm swiftly moving forward. And I
Now you do have an arcane focus, so you can use that as well, right? Because
arcane focus, I forgot.
Your arcane focus, as a wizard, you can cast your spells either with the components, and sometimes it has to because it says it's consumed by it, but in this case, it's not consumed by it. So this gives you the choice of using your arcane focus, which I believe is your wand, or the twig from a tree that has been struck by lightning. So you can use either one of them.
Got it.
Up to you.
Okay. You know what? Let's use my wand because we weren't sure if my twig was legit or not. So
correct.
So let's get my wand.
Ezra may have taken advantage of you.
Yeah.
It's possible.
So I grab my wand.
Okay.
And I move my wand very expertly, and I say, Witch Bolt.
Okay. All right. Roll a die. You're at a +5, so hit that +5 button.
Okay. Wait. Where is that? Oh wait, yeah, the bottom right of the spell stuff. Okay. Right. An 8. 8.
8 total.
Yes.
You lean back as a blue beam of crackling energy lances out towards the creature. There's this lightning that fires out against it. Unfortunately, he leans out of the way as the lightning flies by. Let me see if it does any damage. Hit target takes 1d12 lightning damage. On each of your turns for the duration, you can use your action to deal 1d12. Spell ends. No, he jumps out of the way in time, and the spell fires off harmlessly into the plants behind, causing a little bit of fire to erupt in the tree behind him up in this area, right? But other than that, he seems to be fine. Make sure that you've marked off one of your first level spell slots. You can just hit the cast button, and it'll take care of that for you. Oh no! I hit refresh on the wrong screen. No, you have to wait. Ah! This episode brought to you by Roll20. I'd like to thank the fine people at Tabletop Audio for the wine. Okay, I don't know if I am the dungeon master here or the what I want. Okay, cool. We're back where we need it to be, right? So goes off in the distance. You've only used 10 feet of your 10 feet of your movement. You still have 20 feet left, I think, if you need to move more. I don't think you have any other bonus actions that you can
I don't believe I do. I can't use any of my what are they called? The cantrips, right?
No, you've already used an action, which was your spell. So yeah, at a later date you might be able to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Then that's my turn.
Okay, so you are staying right there. And now let us go over to Zancorin.
Gotta roll my death save.
You gotta roll a death save.
That's exactly a 10. Does that mean I succeed or I fail?
10 is a success. So mark one success.
Yes.
I could be wrong. For all the nobody watching in Twitch land, please send me a chat message. Does it have chat? Does Twitch have a chat?
Yeah.
A message? Tell me if I'm wrong, and I will correct it next time. But I think Ty goes to the roller on this, so I'm going to count that as a success. You're still unconscious. You're like, you kind of feel like almost like what happened, and now it's Tatiana's turn. Tatiana, What's your move?
All right. Let's see. Do I have to come out of the tent?
Most likely, yes. You're prone right now, so you have to get up because you were sleeping,
Okay.
and that's going to be half of your movement. So you have 15 feet left. I don't know if you have any ranged weapons or not. Let's look. Yeah, you have a heavy crossbow, for God's sakes.
And
Yeah, so
15, she could make it.
Can she? No.
5, 10, 15.
5, 10. Okay, yeah, you could make it in 15. Totally.
Would make what? The heavy crossbow?
You can use your heavy crossbow, or you can run up to him as well.
Oh, I see.
And do that, yeah.
I was going to yeah, I can run up to him. I'll try the double-bladed scimitar.
Okay, awesome. Double-bladed scimitar is not a light weapon. It is quite heavy. So you wrong screen. I got a screen where I control this. So you go 5, 10. You leap over poor Zancorin, and you take your double-bladed scimitar and tell me how you wield that against this beast.
I wield it with I think it does it have to be two-handed?
No. Yes, it is a two-handed weapon.
Yeah. So I wield it with two hands. And then do I roll? How do I do that?
You where it says double-bladed scimitar on your screen, there's a +5 button. Go ahead and hit that +5.
All right. B. Oh, 25.
B 20. That is a critical hit.
Critical hit.
Yeah.
So,
and that's with the double-bladed.
You come over with your height almost equal to his, and just come down right on his shoulder. So you can right-click the damage button that's there, and it'll pop up critical hit. You see that? And hit critical hit, and it'll do the roll for you.
Oh, it pops up critical hit. Okay, wait a second. Nope.
Where it says 2d4 plus 3, next to the +5, right-click on it, or double tap, or whatever it is on your user interface of preference.
Oh, okay. So 13.
13 is what you got from critical hit?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So you do 13 points of damage, which is not small.
Tatiana.
So you see him as you hack into him, he's like, and you can see his arm is injured, the one that he was using his staff with, and he looks down at it, and he just grabs his club out of his other hand as this one is sort of dangling on the side, and lifts it up as he's ready to make another move. But Pele, it is your turn.
There we go, stuck on mute. I wake with a start with my adrenaline pumping from the sounds of battle.
Right.
At which point, do I roll my 1d4 or do you? So let me know about my battle flaw.
I forget what your battle flaw is.
Should I reveal it to the group?
No, go ahead and roll it. If it's a 1, then we'll dive into it.
All right, let's find out. I roll the 1d4.
God, I gotta look this up. I gave you guys.
It's a 4.
You're fine.
All right, great. I leap to my feet and I exit my tent.
Right.
And then, let's see, how close am I to this guy? 1, 2. I'm within 3. Does that mean that I can get to him to do a single-handed rapier hit?
5, 10. You're gonna have to 15, 20 to step through these. You can make it if you've used 15 just standing up, right?
Right.
So if you go 5, 10, you're here to make it through these two over to this neck of the woods here. Is going to be kind of half speed because you got to work your way through them kind of to get over there. But we'll say that you can get to, let me see if there's a spot here. You've used 5, 10. Actually, no, you've got too many people in your way. You can, I'll say that you can leap over him to the corner of this tent. Right over here.
The reason I'm asking is because I know that the bonus action is crossbow expert, and so if I use a one-handed first attack, I can follow it up with a crossbow hit. So
Right.
But I only have. Well, I guess the other question is, I suppose I could just, rather than having to do the like navigate through people, I could just throw a dagger as my first one-handed, or is that wrong?
I'm gonna say your crossbow is a hand crossbow, which is. I guess it's not a one-handed weapon. No, you're right. You could throw a dagger.
Okay.
Yep, you could throw a dagger because you're stuck over here, right? You can't. There's not enough room for you to leap over these guys because he's on the ground below you.
I reach down to my sash and I pull a silver dagger from the hilt.
Okay, I'm gonna
fling it.
I'm gonna say in order to get a clean line of sight of him, you made it over to here. Right.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, and he's on the ground, so you can throw right over him, and you throw a dagger at him. Okay, go ahead and roll.
Perfect. I threw the dagger at you, and they both are the same dagger, and it's a 12. Plus 5, so it's a 17.
17, that's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Boom. So next we roll for damage. It's a 4. Plus 3 is a 7.
7 damage.
Yes.
Nice. A lot for a dagger, I'm going to say. All right, so now you have your bonus feature, right?
Yes. So as if to add insult to injury, I pull Lucky, my one-handed crossbow, from across my back, and I notch an arrow in his wooden sheath, and I let fly.
It's just like super fast for you. You're just like, shoof,
yes,
fire that sucker off.
All of this happens within an instant. Okay, and so I roll for Lucky, and with Lucky I roll a 7.
A 7. The bolt fires just over his left ear and into the woods behind, missing him.
And I say that was a warning.
Perfect. All right. That was, where are we on my list? Okay, we're up top of the order here. I know this lets me go through it automatically. I've forgotten to. Rocky, we're back to you.
Did you get my message?
Where is it showing up? Zoom?
It's under chat.
Oh, hold on. Wow, I don't think I can pull it up without everyone seeing it. Oh, yeah, I can. It's a download? What are you talking about?
No, the one before that.
Oh. Okay, perfect. Got it. You can describe that.
Okay, I drop my short swords, pull my long sword, and then pull out what appears to be sort of a black cloth, which I put on top of my blade and pull my blade across and attack.
Nice. All right. This is on your longsword?
Yep.
Go ahead and roll.
I will do that.
Are you doing a one-handed or two-handed attack?
Two-handed attack.
Okay.
14.
14 hits. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll first for just your normal damage. Your 1d10 plus 3.
8.
What is it?
8.
8. All right. Now go ahead and roll for. Hold on. I've got to roll for him.
Yes, they have to succeed on a 14 con saving throw.
You swipe at it hoping that it takes effect, but he seems to shrug it off as he looks over and glares at you. He's looking very wounded, like ogres are naturally pale, but now he's naturally paler. And he's looking a little woozier. However, it is still his turn. And he is feeling very lightheaded. He lumbers forward, steps over Zancorin. Not even, I mean, I guess he could have stepped on you and did some bludgeoning damage, but he just missed you. And he reaches his club high right over the top of Khandra as he's getting ready to swing and attack. Let's see what he does. Khandra, you might want to take a quick moment to look up your armor class.
Cool.
Could be important.
Quick moment to offer
Got
up
it.
a prayer to your god.
Why me? Why did he attack me? Just random?
You're straight in front of him.
Cool. Wait, where is he? I don't even see him.
I don't know where he went. Hold on. Where'd he go?
He's behind
Is he
Zancorin.
under,
He's on the same
under
stage.
Matan?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
sorry. Okay.
Literally under Madon.
I am going to put him over there so we can see him.
Cool.
So he's there.
Point of clarification.
Yeah.
Wouldn't Rocky and
Yes.
Okay.
You're right. Rocky and not
Rampuri.
Rocky. No, yeah, Rocky, Rampuri, and Tatiana all get. See if you guys have opportunity attacks.
Everyone should.
Who, me?
Yeah.
How do we find that?
Let's see. I'm looking
Under reactions.
for yes. Under reactions, you have
Okay.
an opportunity attack.
I
Here's
do.
it.
I
I
do
do
have
as
an
well.
opportunity attack.
Yeah, I do as well.
I do
All right.
too.
So let's do the opportunity attacks in order. You're first,
Who?
Baxter.
Rocky.
Sorry, Rocky, you're first. As he steps away, you see an opportunity for you to strike. You've already dropped your short sword, so you just have your long sword.
Yeah, but I'm using it two-handed.
That's fine. It's a reaction. You can use it.
I rolled an 18,
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
and I do 13 points of damage.
30. As
Really wail on him.
as he steps forward, you reach over and he's still right here as he begins to step away. You reach over and you fillet the back of him. Well, actually, I don't know what you do. Why don't you tell me how you finish him off?
Well,
Ooh.
as he turns, I make an upper swipe cutting under the shoulder blade so deep that his arm actually detaches. And the rush of blood causes his already pale face to go completely white. And he stumbles and falls.
He drops to his knees as the blood is pouring out of the side of him. And eventually, as he's beginning to fail back and forth, he says, "Food," and collapses to the ground
And
Dead.
I say,
on the spot.
go to hell, you big evil creature. You're a weenie man. You're not very strong at all.
And that is the end of the ogre who has collapsed. However, Zancorin is on the edge of survival.
I believe I have a.
But it's Zancorin's turn. So Zancorin, go ahead and roll.
Okay. That is a 15.
15, that's another save. I'm going to say that initiative, our attacking has paused for a bit. Yes, Rocky.
I have a medical skills, and I apply them to him quickly because my initiative was so fast.
You can. We're still actually. Why don't we just continue going in order? Khandra was. We're really lucky because he rolled a nat 20.
Oh my god.
And with his damage of 2d8 plus 4, which is an average of 13, it probably would have killed you because you only have 7 hit points.
Yeah,
You're kind
that's
of
right.
a glass cannon, right? You're pretty powerful if you hit, but you're really weak.
Yeah.
That could well have been the end of you at a natural 20. So you see him, he's getting close, and you know that he's just gonna smash you. And as he goes up with his arm, you see his arm just sort of drop off with the club to the side, and he falls to his feet and bleeds out. Zancorin rolled his roll. Tatiana, it is your turn. You do have some healing power and stuff like that if you want to roll anything or apply anything.
Tatiana, you are on mute.
Yes, I am. Okay. So
That was
it's
intentional.
Yeah, totally on
It was
purpose.
planned.
Is Zancorin in bad shape?
Zancorin is unconscious and is rolling to see if he survives. But he has had 2 good rolls. But if he gets 3 bad rolls, he's out and his character dies and he has to roll for a new character.
Well, I can lay on hands pool.
Yes, you can. So you're able to restore up to 5 hit points per long rest. So you can give him up to 5. You only need to give him 1 for him to survive, but you can give him up to 5. It's your choice.
Well, he is such a nice guy, and I've really been taking advantage of his kindness. So I will give him 5.
All right. So go ahead and mark off all 5. Just click them off on there. And you can add those to yours, Zancorin. Why don't you describe what happens?
Tatiana or me?
Well, both of you. Tatiana first.
Oh, okay.
How does your lay on hands work?
My blessed touch can heal wounds. I have a pool of healing power that replenishes when I take a long rest. And the way it works is I kneel next to Zancorin. I close my eyes. I take a deep, calming breath. And I lay my hands on top of his chest. And I feed health into his body by using my mind.
And Zancorin, what happens from your point of view?
My eyes kind of flutter and I'm dazed. I feel pain on my head, and I'm like, what happened? I could have sworn there was an ogre.
You look beside you, literally right in front of you, and there is an ogre with one arm on the ground. And you are in a pile of the ogre's blood right now, so your nice clothes are not as nice.
A pile of blood.
Not so much a pile. Okay, so I don't always use the right words.
I love it.
That's quite a chunky pile of blood you're lying in there, my friend.
I've had 2 of these. I'm allowed to say pile.
I immediately use prestidigitation on me to get all of the blood off.
Okay, perfect. You spend the next couple of minutes cleaning yourself with prestidigitation. Prestidigitation allows him to clean about a square foot of himself, and being that he's not tall, it only takes about 20 seconds for him to be back to normal. So he's looking a swell and smells just a hint like Axe body spray. Axe body spray for your use. Sorry. And you guys are alive, and you have survived this event.
That's our first combat. Great.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that, since we're already over, is where we will end for the night.
All right.
Fabulous, Dave Hampton.
Good job, guys.
That was
I
fun.
enjoyed your exploring all the things that you could do at the inn. Something that I thought would be could have been just passed over. You guys found out lots of interesting bits of information that is kind of neat. I can't wait to see how that flows.
Cool.
I was really concerned that Condra wouldn't make it because
I was gonna die. So thanks everybody.
That's the biggest reason why wizards and spellcasters should never be up front. Ever.
Understood. Lesson learned the hard way.
Not the hard way. You got lucky.
True.
She stared death in its eyes and was able to survive, which is all that matters. So that is awesome. Alrighty, so that is it. We're gonna say it's the it's the middle of the night. You guys as best as you can manage to get back to sleep. But I am going to say that for none of you, it counts as a long rest. So your spells are not going to get reset and you're still at 5 hit points. You can take a short rest. Well, I'll kind of walk you through this so you guys can see it. If I can manage to figure out how to do this. So I will take Zancorin here and see if I can add them to this. Oh, I can't, but I can put it here. So you guys can see Zancorin. There's a button here that says short rest. You guys can click the short rest button right here. You guys all should have that button.
D&D Beyond, though.
Yeah, and D&D Beyond. I'm showing Zancorins here. So you can hit the short rest button. You can reset hit points on it. Reset maximum hit point changes during this rest, and it will automatically do that for you by clicking that. And when you hit short rest, like, have you already updated your, hold on, let me see this. You're at 5 of 8. So if you hit short, do you want me to do this for you so I can show them?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm just going to hit both of these. I think it's going to do this automatically. I haven't checked, so I could be wrong. But let's see if it changes. So you would normally roll a 1d8 and it would give you that many points back. Let's see what it does. You have to hit it twice for the confirm button. It actually didn't. So we'll roll a 1d8 for him. You were the only one that took damage, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Just one. So I'll add 1 back to you on that. So you're at 6, and everyone else can do that. If you happen to have a spell that, oops, I don't know what that did. If you happen to have a spell or a feature that resets after a short rest, it'll automatically reset itself. But because your night's rest was interrupted, none of you got a long rest in. So you guys are all going to be a little bit tired in the next day. You can choose to sleep in some if you would like to, and try to get that long rest if you want, and restore everything. But we'll make that decision the next
But I
time.
still have a spell slot that is gone.
Yeah. Now on yours, you have got, let's see what this says. Per short rest, you've got arcane recovery. Oh, once per long rest. When you finish, once per day, when you finish a short rest, you can choose an expended spell slot to recover up to a combined level of 1. So you can actually get that spell slot back if you use your arcane recovery. So you can click that box and it'll put that back. But we're going to say that since you're a group that hasn't really been in battle before, battling an ogre for the first time is overwhelming for almost all of you. Rocky probably he's had to live in the wild before. Tatiana as well has had her share of living in the wild and needing to fend for herself. So she's not as overwhelmed by this. So we're going to let Tatiana and Rocky get a long rest, but everyone else is just like weirded out. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. You're spending the whole night just like sitting by the fire, making it brighter. Everyone is awake, keeping guard of things, and there's a dead ogre without an arm and a giant pool of blood or pile.
Did anybody search? Did anybody search the ogre? Did it have a little sack or anything like that?
No, it's got a huge sack. It's an ogre. So.
Right. It's got 2 big russet potatoes on it. Exactly. Thanks for the anatomy lesson.
It's what I do.
If you want to search the ogre, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Wait, so Dave, I had already pressed short rest.
Yep. That's fine. Just hit long rest.
Okay.
Yep. And that should restore all of your lay on hands full.
All right.
When you do that, it's also kind of weird. You hit it once and then it turns green and you have to confirm it within 3 seconds. It's weird. So you click it, you have to like click it and then click it. And then it counts. Yeah.
Done.
I rolled an investigation. That's weird. It doesn't. I guess it's 16 because I have a +2.
16. As you're rooting around his body, you don't find anything of value. He's got the great club, but he's not carrying coin or anything like that. He is an ogre. They're beasts, and they don't. Even though they have a humanoid form, they don't they don't see any value in coin or anything like that. They beat and kill. They basically eat it, kill it, or mate with it. That's their three options when they view something.
Well, they do have layers, and I will, when people are all like huddled up and stuff, I will kind of do a cursory search around before we all bed out, see whether I can track as a ranger where he came from, because he makes lots of big tracks.
Yeah, you see that. Good point. You see the. Let me see if I can get back to. No, let me see if I can get rid of that. No. Look, Legion D&D. Sorry. Yeah. So you see the tracks heading off in this direction, and if I were to go to the larger map, that direction would be. Let me see if I can draw that on here real quick. Annotate. Why not? Arrow. So that's a little bigger than I was expecting.
Where would he be going?
So I don't really know how to make this smaller, but okay. So you guys were about there. And its direction was like straight up into this area. Before you were like, there's no point in me following this any further.
Good to know. Good to know.
You're about 15 miles from this forest edge here. So you know that the forest is up there. You can't see it, but you know it's that direction. And it's pretty much a straight line, as though he came from that direction. And your investigation check let you know that due to the russet potatoes you found, it is a he.
As we're all sitting around the campfire, like debriefing, I don't speak goblin or ogre, but I know that he was making a sound over and over again. And I said, does anyone know what he was trying to say that whole time?
Food.
He's trying to say food.
Did he look thin?
I was wondering.
He didn't look thin.
Because, like Rocky, you're a ranger. You've seen these things before. And I was curious, is it normal for there to be an ogre who's willing to take such a chance as to come at all of us for food? Or is that abnormal?
Yeah, the ogres, they're very big. We are little teensy men, so no problem.
So that's not like, something random. That's not him, taking a chance to save his own life. He's just really stupid is what we're coming up against.
Yeah.
I don't feel as bad for him then.
Okay. All right, let's go to sleep.
All
right. Those of you that can sleep, head back to sleep. And those of you that are too weirded out from the day's events, spend your time by the fireplace, rocking back and forth, clutching your knees in fear. And that is where we will end for the day. I think the only thing we have to ask ourselves that we don't have to do now, but we have to ask ourselves, when are we meeting next? I know we had the 6:30 start time, which I kind of like, to be honest with you. And when our next event is going to be. So is it going to be
on the 6th or the 7th?
If we're doing weekly, it would be on the 7th, which I am perfectly fine with.
I think the 7th would work for me.
Is that Thursday?
Yep.
Thursday.
Alrighty. So as our heroes have made it down halfway through the coast road and survived an onslaught from a hungry ogre, we tried to get back to bed, and we will all pick up next time as we follow the adventures of the Delphi Sapphire. So thank you all for joining. All you one Twitcher at home watching, thank you for joining us and the crew of Legion M as we throw away our responsibilities and dive into Dungeons and Dragons. All of our fans, which we love dearly, and I know since they're only my family, I do love them dearly. And I'm sure you guys are growing to love them as well. So thank you for watching.
Absolutely. I love them
Thank you
already.
for playing, and I will see you guys next week.
Okay.
All hail Dave
Bye.
Hampton.
Thanks so much.
It is.
Dave.
Happy
Bye,
New
Dave.
Year.
Thank you. Happy
New
New
Year.
Year.
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year,
everyone.
All right, guys. Happy New Year.